Good evening and welcome to the Mancunian Way. We're back and we've got hopefully a good, exciting show for you tonight. Martin is running a little late. He shouldn't be too much longer. He apologises. But we have got a great panel on tonight, including myself, Pat, Alan, and Rich. How are we, gentlemen?
Good, thank you.
Morning, Alan. Did you get your hotel wake-up call?
No, I didn't. I got a text message. Which I got when I was already awake. So luckily I woke up, so it's not a problem.
All right. It's only 3 stars on TripAdvisor.
Only 3 stars for Alan. Oh, that sounds like a
Actually, no,
demotion.
Sorry, two. No, it's only 2.
Yeah.
Oh, even worse for him. Poor Alan.
Yeah. I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning anyway, so I was already awake. All good. I looked at the Champions League draw. Tough, very tough one.
Yeah, we will get into that draw, Alan. We certainly will. Obviously, I wasn't on for the post-match, and I haven't been on most this week as I've been away. So I'm just going to give my brief thoughts on the game because I don't want to kind of go to death and make reviews you guys, and most of the other channels have gone into it quite heavily. I will say, I do feel that some fans, and I'm not saying everybody, but some fans, especially online, seem to have, for me, lost the plot a little bit. You know, this was the second game of the season. You know, we've got a lot of new players that are still trying to find their feet, trying to find their rhythm. We were up against a Spurs team that have been playing together for a while. They've not had many new incomings apart from a new manager who has been well established to this league for a while now and has played against us and caused problems. They had 7 pre-season games, so they've had way more time. We had 2 pre-season games. We are still finding our rhythm. So for me,
we'll come back to you against. Who was the second game against?
It was Palermo.
Yeah, who was the first game against?
Who was it? Behind closed doors. Remind me somebody.
I didn't even played in that.
Oh, Preston.
Well, there you go, Rich. I mean, even worse. So, yeah, listen. Just for me, I honestly, I didn't watch the game live because I was on a bit of a holiday and I didn't get to see it live. So I already knew the result by the time I watched the game. And for me, I thought there were some really good moments. It felt like the team were just rusty. They didn't have the rhythm. I saw, there was chances where Haaland should have scored two, Mamou should have scored. They felt that there was at least a penalty shout for Bob. There was the header from Rodri. All these chances. And I felt that if we play this game in 6 to 8 weeks' time, I would see a completely different result. Because to be honest, yes, Spurs played well. For me, they were the better team on the day. Especially they outmuscled us, but they've had more time.
They outpressed us as well, big time.
They did, but they didn't outpress us to the point of. I mean, for me, we were pressing pretty well for most of the first half, up until the goal, which I felt that it did affect us. And then especially with the second goal, Trafford's head just went. And you could see that he was struggling, and some of the players around him, especially the defenders, were struggling to maybe trust him a little bit. But I also thought that someone like Diaz and Stones really should have protected him better. Being a new goalkeeper, being young, they should have known better. So, I'm not going to the point where I'm really worried about this season, because for me, as me and Pat were saying before we started the show, like for us, this is second game of the season. We normally don't find our rhythm up until coming to Christmas, and then get to the business end, January, February. So honestly, for me at the moment, I think we've still got a cracking team. We've got the best manager. We've got the best squad compared to everyone else in the league. For me, as we've talked about, we've got some absolute superstars who can bury the ball in the back of the net, and we've got some great new talent. So I'm not hitting the panic button, and I'd applaud the rest. I really hope, basically, that the fan base some of the fan base can just screw their heads on a bit more and realise it at the end of the world. We only have to look at the result of last night at the Idiots across the road, and we saw what happened to them against Grimsby. I mean, let's put things in perspective. Who's worse off in the right now at two Manchester clubs? I know my money's on. Anyway, we will move on, because like I said, I didn't want to spend too long on it. Right, Champions League. Obviously, the draw happened a couple of hours ago. Gentlemen, what are your first thoughts on that? I'm going to start going around. You first.
All right. So I think first things first, we'll just quickly go through the 8 teams that we will be facing over the league phase. I believe in no particular order, because we don't know the fixtures probably until around about middle of next week. It includes Borussia Dortmund at home, Real Madrid away. Alan, told you so. Bayer Leverkusen at home, Villarreal away, a return for King Kev with Napoli coming to the Etihad, an away trip all the way up to the frozen north in Bodo Glimt in Norway, home to Galatasaray.
I didn't know where that was, actually, so thanks for saying that. I appreciate that.
And home to Galatasaray and away to Monaco. Yes, some very, very difficult matches there. The only thing that gives me a little bit of peace is some of those matches I would rather play at home than away. So the ones that really stand out for me in particular for those is Napoli and Galatasaray. Because given the way the league fixtures are, maybe some away trips to some destinations like that would not be favourable in a way. Like I still expect if we're on our game, we'll still expect them to beat them. But there are some games that, yes, they're going to be very, very difficult. But I'm also glad that we're playing them at the Etihad rather than abroad. But besides all that, I mean, it's going to be a good challenge, and I think if we get through that league phase, it's going to put us in good stead, I think, for the knockout stages.
I thought Real Madrid was away. Well, I got that
no, I did mention it was away.
Right, sorry.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be Champions League without us playing Real Madrid, and I did say on Daps' show a few hours ago, if we get Real Madrid in the league phase, there's a good chance we may not play them in the knockout stages. So I'm feeling a bit uppity, a bit optimistic about that. So we'll see what happens. But Bodo Glimt could be a bit interesting, especially if we have to play them, say, match day 7, match day 8, because you're talking about mid-January could be the best part of about -10, -15 up there. and artificial turf as well too, which we've been all too familiar with when we've had to play against the young boys in Switzerland, because they use the AstroTurf as well. But there's some interesting, very, very interesting matchups there, and I'm excited to see what happens. Yeah,
I was surprised to see that they were looking to pay that kind of money. We'll get into transfers later, because we'll also get into other leagues and other teams in the league and their transfers and how it's all unfolded. Sorry, back one.
Yeah, no, I'd said my piece. I mean, that was basically the way I saw that group stage initially. I mean, I will be curious to see when the fixtures do get released as to where some of these matches will slot in with the Premier League, and that'll be important to see what happens. But as our experience showed from last season, is like we can't take our foot off the gas at all. Like, this isn't like the group stages where you can play 3 or 4 fixtures and then you're pretty much wrapped up in that stage of the competition for, until the new year, basically. Like, you've got to be on it 100% all the way through until the end of January. So I like the draw for that reason. I think the draw will basically force us to be on it 110%, all the way through until we get to the knockout stage. We'll hopefully get to the knockout stages, and yeah, we'll take it from there. But yeah, tough draw, but ready to face it.
Yeah, I think you might need your long johns for Bogo.
More than that, mate.
Circle.
You got to remember, guys. I was up in Tromsø back in, which is even further north, back in December, and I think the warmest it got there at any point was about -12. Got down to as low as -20 one day when I was there.
Nice.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to Daps's next show, because I'll be interested to see what sort of tracksuit he's going to rock at that for that away day.
Thermal one, I know that much.
Oh, you'll have to wear them all at the same time. Yeah, good stuff. That's going to be an interesting one. I'll tell you what, tickets will be very hard to come by for that one, because there'll be a lot of the old, I was going to say a lot of the old school, OG season ticket holders will want to do that because it's one they've never ticked off their list. But then also too, they'll know their limits as to how cold it would probably be up there as well.
Yeah, it'll probably end up being like the first game or something. Who knows?
But then we got Madrid and Villarreal as well. So Spain at this time of year would be lovely as well.
Yeah. But Spain,
go on, Rich. Have your say, mate. What are your feelings on?
Well, I think quite a lot of it was fated, really. I mean, it's if you were going to pull together a draw for the romantics of, matchups of players against their old teams and teams who we've got real history with and stuff like that, I think it's a draw that is really interesting. Really kind of.
Are you smelling a bit of conspiracy there, Rich?
No, I just think fate. I think these things happen. I think it was so inevitable. Yeah, I think it was inevitable we were going to get Napoli. I think we get Madrid every year, and so there's a real story of Madrid, Napoli. But then you've got things like Bayer Leverkusen, where you'll have Marmouche and Haaland going back to Norway, Haaland playing against Dortmund. So Haaland going
Ten Hag for
Glimt. Yeah, Haaland going back to Glimt will be the real story there. We could have, I don't know if we have the same rules in Europe as in the Premier League. We could have Echeverri scoring a hat-trick against us. If he's allowed to play. I know in the Premier League he can't play on loan, but maybe he can in the Champions League. I think Galatasaray.
It goes back to member Patrick Roberts when he was at Celtic. Yeah,
and then
it's a weird one. Yeah,
Galatasaray, we could have half the team, half the Galatasaray team playing against us if we believed the transfer rumours. Although maybe now it'll be absolutely no one, but that's going to be exciting, and I do think the 2 games we really didn't want to be away were Galatasaray and Napoli. I think they are games where the crowd, everything actually makes that a really hard game. So I think we're lucky in the home and away, because honestly, I think Madrid home or away isn't as big a difference. I think we're so used to playing each other and going away or having them at home. That could go either way, but I think we've been lucky with the home draws. But no, I mean, it's exciting. There's a story on all of them. Every one of them's going to be an interesting game. We're going to have to get our European teeth back together to get up to the top 8, and it interests me far more than last year's did. I really think I want to be seeing those.
Just for the record, Aussie, the average temperature between November and January in Bodo is anywhere between 4 degrees to -4 degrees.
Lovely. So if you like it cold and crisp, it's the place to go. I mean, if you happen to read about Christmas time, maybe go and see Santa. Alan, what are your thoughts?
I think you're too far north for Santa.
Yeah. It's the only way I can go back.
Santa lives in Sweden.
I thought he was in Lapland.
He's in Lapland. I don't know.
Lapland goes across all 3. Yeah, I think the ice hotel's Kiruna, so that's where he lives just near there.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you for clearing that up, Rich. Now we know where Santa resides.
Yeah.
Go on, Alan. Sorry, mate. What are your thoughts on the
I personally think it's a very, very tough draw with some big teams in there, well-established European teams. I think it's a very, very. I'm like you. It's been done by a computer, and I think there's a bit of there's some fixing going on there with Madrid again, Dortmund. Some good sides in there. Napoli. We're going to have to be on it from the word go right to the end of this Champions League. No question about it. And what scares me is I don't know what type of City turns up from week to week at the moment. For the start of the season, we had 2 games, but the pre-season and league games is 1 week. 1 week you turn up and they look really good and they look brilliant. And the next week, they're a pile of shit, which we were last week. So unless they get the consistency right, we could end up in a lot of trouble if we don't get it right quickly. So that's my fear. I think it's a very, very tough draw. Very tough draw indeed. Some good sides there. King Care. I knew last time when I went to bed last night, we'd get Napoli. I could see it coming with King Kev. He's coming home for that game. And it wouldn't surprise me if he scores against us. It really wouldn't. Real Madrid, well, that was odds on we're going to get them again. We get them every single season by 1, I think it is. So we'll play them. Are we playing away as well?
Yeah, Madrid away.
Yeah.
Well, we're fucked. So that's if we play like we did last Saturday, it'd be about 7 or 8-0.
Alan, if I could try and put a bit of a positive spin on your miserable outlook, but maybe if we play Madrid early in this league phase, that would probably be a good thing. Not only because it's out of the way, but also Madrid can be a bit rusty early on in the Champions League as well, so it might be a good time to play them.
Okay, true. So
we've got some, might have to face them later on.
Yeah, is Monaco away?
Yes.
Yeah,
that'll be a tough game.
Actually, let's be honest, Alan. But Martin will probably have a close eye on Monaco, and I think a lot of us will if that Van plays, especially if we don't end up with the right back in before the window closes.
Well, exactly.
A little bit of a try before you buy there, a bit like what we did with Bernardo years ago.
So I'm very fit. It's a tough draw, but the way that we're so inconsistent, and no one can tell when we are consistent. It's a toss of a coin.
2 games in, Alan.
Eh?
Yeah.
2
we haven't been
games
consistent
in,
over 2 games.
Yeah, we haven't been.
Jesus, 1 win, 1 loss. I mean, come on. I mean, consistency.
We haven't got any.
Yeah.
We haven't got any.
But what consistency can have over 2 games?
The World Club Cup, the friendly, Wolves, and mate, you've no idea what side if City are going to turn up in either of them.
Okay.
So,
I mean, Alan, Mr. Optimistic. I mean, if you ever change, mate, I'd really be worried. I might have to might have to call some friends of mine, in all honesty.
Well,
I mean, I don't think. I honestly don't think it's that bad. I think it's. I think you're right. I think it's a bit of a tough draw. You know,
yeah, it is.
I am slightly leaning toward what you were saying. You know, about I'm not a person who believes in coincidence really. I think drawing two teams where we've got two ex-players and then Real Madrid on top of that.
Yeah,
to me, it's just a bit too on the nose. I mean, I know you might call me, having a bit
David
of
Icke. We'll call you David Icke for the rest of
the Yeah, if you really want to, silver foil hat, whatever. But I just seriously, I don't see how anyone can't see that. But that's just me and Alan, obviously. Yeah. I mean, I was hearing that the toughest draw that only people are saying is that Chelsea have got the toughest draw. Barcelona, Bayern Munich,
Benfica, Atlanta, Ajax, Napoli.
I mean that seems quite a tough draw, if I'm honest. I think if anyone's really got the worst draw, it seems like Chelsea look like they've got the worst of it. I mean, Barcelona. We think about Barcelona, in the recent history where they've been pretty poor and bad, but actually they've started to find their form. They've got some really good, decent, young, talented players. They've still got Lewandowski up front, and again Bayern Munich. They've got Kane up front, and again they've got some decent players. Atlanta have been one of the standouts though the last few years. Napoli give everyone pretty much a good game, it seems, and Benfica. I mean, again, they've been pretty good. So yeah, I mean that to me does probably seem like the toughest draw out of it that anyone's got from the Premier League sides.
The only one I'd say the Premier League sides have all got really tough draws. The only one that's a bit easier than the others is maybe Tottenham, but they've still got to go away to. They've still got to go away to Paris and a few others. I'd say Liverpool's is just as tough as ours. I mean, they've got and they've got to go to Galatasaray, not got them at home. Arsenal's is as hard, but Chelsea's maybe harder. They've got to go away to the Caucasus and stuff. I mean, I don't know that there doesn't look to be that easy draws in there, because a lot of the teams that would be easy are now so far away, or up in the Arctic Circle or something, that what might be Bodo Glimt or Karabag or Almaty or something might be easy, but if you're away there, it's a brutal game to have. So I think I think ours is perhaps the most romantic, and there'll be the most storylines around it, but I don't think it's that much harder than, if at all, than most of the other Premier League teams who we can compare to.
No, I'm definitely not saying that we've been given the hardest draw, or that there's a conspiracy against City in that way. For me, it's just the way it's been. Yeah, the way it's been drawn up with Kevin De Bruyne, Leroy Sané, and then Real Madrid on top of that. Like you said, it'll give the headlines and the stories that will come from it. That just seems a little too, for me, conspiracy. With just that kind of aspect. But I'm not saying we've got the hardest draw or anything like that. So
I must admit, when I saw Real Madrid, when I woke up this morning, I went, "Oh my God, not again!"
But again, we had this with was it Monaco or one of the Lyon? We used to get them all the time, and then we always used to get was it Dortmund for a while, and it just seems like every season there just seems to be a number of couple of seasons where we get the same team every season.
Yeah, what's going to be interesting is because half the Champions League's the Premier League this year, and quite a few Premier League teams in the same pools. A lot of the teams are having to play 2-3 Premier League sides, so we're actually going to see a lot of the teams up against 2 or 3 Premier League sides. So we're going to see some real comparable form across. You know, we're going to see Galatasaray potentially playing 3 teams, and that's because I think there's 6 Premier League teams, and they're all 5 of them are in 2 pots or something. So there's actually a real block on, you know, who you can play for the Premier League sides because they can't play each other. So
I'll tell you what, I don't want to see, Rich. I don't want to see that. I can't remember. I don't think it was last year. I think it might have been the year before. But we had that when we faced Spurs back to back. I don't want to see that again, where the Premier League don't give us a break from one of the teams like Spurs in the Champions League, where we play Champions League and then we play in the Premier League and then we play in the Champions League. Yeah, I don't want to see a back to back like we did that season. I want to see it broken up a lot better. The Premier League needs to be better at scheduling the games.
Yeah, and because they can't play each other, it makes it. Yeah, if the Premier League teams could play each other, they'd be taking points off each other. Because they can't, you know, if some of those teams aren't that strong, you know, you could end up with, you know, 4 or 5 Premier League sides going through, and then you know, you get to that real chance of some multiple Premier League only ties at crucial parts of the season. So, you know, that's going to be interesting, you know, given our history, particularly of those games.
Yeah, no, definitely. Martin, good evening, mate. How you doing?
Oh, yeah, not bad. Apologies for my tardiness. I was dealing with my dad. Hope you're all okay. It's nice to see the positivity is flowing tonight. I like it. Another day, another worrisome meltdown. It's fun and games. Got to enjoy it.
You should be getting used to it by now, mine. All the meltdowns.
Get out. Do you know what? I'm looking forward to the day when we all come and have a nice happy clappy chat. I'm like, are they still existent? We win 5-1. We conceded a goal. Fucking get him out, that shit manager. This shit defense. Shit midfield. How dare we? Sorry, I'm giving you Alan's WhatsApp.
Yours isn't that much different over the last few days, Martin. So,
by the way, that is Alan's WhatsApp chat. They've had a shot. How dare they have a shot? What is he doing? Having a shot? How dare they?
Yeah, you should. I think Alan's WhatsApp chat to Pat Spencer and me was better on Saturday night. You know, Alan would get a text like Trafford. Alan would get a text like Trafford ? And we'd get a message back like "F off, you glory hunting."
You know what? Can you imagine Spencer Pryor coming into some of these shows and going, "We're shit, Spencer Pryor." Spencer Pryor be like, I'd take half for this lot right now. I won't mind a couple of these results. You want to see the team I played in, guys?
Yeah.
You didn't have Richard Jobson as your backline partner. Never mind.
Do you know what's worse is when Spencer rings me up on his car phone, or Richie, one of the two, and just continues pissing himself laughing at me and trying to wind me up. You know, so you twats, all 3 of them.
Yeah, just
my mate said to me, my mate responded back to me, big United fan, seeing to get older, and he's like, he ignored me for a couple of days, and then we're having a chat tonight, and he goes, "Have I missed something?" I said, "What?" He went, "There's not a lot of difference between City and United fans at the minute because we're both melting down." He said, "And we're worlds apart, and we're both melting down." I says, "You've got a reason to melt down, though." I says, "I don't know what ours is about." And then he said the one line, he went, "Can I swap positions?" Oh, and Jesus, you don't want it right now.
There's the culprits in the pub giving me shit and then sending me a photograph after.
I didn't realise Rich was that short. I thought it was one of Rich's children, the way he was. I didn't know it was Rich.
Well, Spencer Price, he must be 6'3". And then you've got Patrick's tall, isn't he? So,
City have got rich man's problems, as they call it. Rich man's problems. Thank you very much. Yeah, he's fine. He just he was an unruly adult. He wouldn't go to bed.
Yeah, no, we've just got
Yes, I have seen what Hugo Biana said.
Yeah, we've just got the problem of
what did he say? What did he say?
Any ins and outs coming up in the transfer window, we're working on it. It's the worst thing you could have said, Hugo. You didn't have to say that. Just say, we'll let you know. You didn't have to say we're working on it.
Again, we will get into transfer chat in a bit. But I would like to hear, Martin, your thoughts on the Champions League draw, mate.
I'm happy with it. I'm all right with it.
Yeah, you're not buying into my conspiracy theory then?
No, I'm not buying into Jesse Ventura up there. You know, bloody hell. Stop listening to those things, Rich. Jesus.
It's not me. It's I'm like thinking it's just a romantic thing. It's David Icke, Aussie David Icke, you know.
Listen, I'm going to be honest. If you look at the away ties, take out the Madrid one. You got some really nice away ties there. We're not going majorly far. We're not off to Shakhtar. We're not off to the Ukraine and everything else where we normally end up. We're going to Spain. We're going to the south of France for a little bit of sun. And we're going to Norway. It's not, you know, it's... The one thing I did have a look at, I'd look at goals on LBs. I'd look at the, the Premier League fixtures in between. And there's really only one sort of set of tricky fixtures in between, which is, funnily enough, the first one. The United Liverpool game. So now the thing we don't know is, was that the right order they put it out in, and it's the dates that have to be confirmed, or is it they're all? We don't know. We'll find out Saturday morning, I guess. But listen, I'm a Dortmund at home. I'm happy with that. Monaco away, happy with that. Villarreal away, happy with that. Bogenglin or whatever they're called, happy with that. There's only Madrid. Leverkusen got them at home, so I think we're a different team at home. Listen, if you want to win this competition and you want to go far in this competition, you're going to have to face these teams. You're going to have to face these teams at some point.
I suppose that would be my question for the panel, really, is we've talked a lot about the Premier League and we've made our predictions on the Premier League, but how far realistically do most people think we're going to go with the team we've currently got now? I mean, I still think we've got a really decent team. I think we've got even a great bench compared to most of the other Premier League teams that are in the Champions League this season. And, you know, I look at the opposition, you know, in the Champions League, and apart from, I suppose, Real Madrid, maybe Barcelona currently, you know, and, you could go respect Bayern Munich.
I agree with that.
Maybe
home and away round, I think it's harder.
Yeah. For me, I still think we can go far, but I'm not as confident, if I'm being brutally honest. I just feel for me, I still feel that defensively, I still think, you know, with the right back issue, I'm not confident with Rico as a right back. I'm not confident with Nunes as an option. For me, I'd love to see Kuznov in the right back position for especially the Champions League games. I think that's where. I mean, I think Richard, may have been you, I saw made a comment in the week saying that he has got that athleticism near Walker where he can get back. He's definitely got the defensive ability to get back, and we've seen him do it last season. So, yeah, I'm just kind of wondering where do you guys think? Don't mind who goes first, but where do you think we will end up with the Champions League?
Well, Rich, you go first.
But I think we'll get top 8 in the Champions League. I think we'll go all right. I think I think we need a bit of time to get going, and we'll probably, drop a couple of games earlier on in the Champions League. But I actually think once we get our rhythm, once we find our feet, once the new players get used to playing in the team, we're going to be pretty strong. Probably from December, maybe November, December onwards. I just think we're going to have a bit of inconsistency beforehand. So it'll be interesting how the fixtures fall, because it will make it. I think to City, a bit like PSG last year. I think to City will make a difference how the fixtures fall. If we're playing the hardest ones really early, that's where it might get a bit trickier.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, look, I think we'll learn a few of our mistakes from the Champions League last year. I do feel like the way we played, we're playing in an unusual position, given the fact that we've gone from playing three teams twice, and now playing seven or eight individual, completely different teams. At any one time. I just think I think the way we'll play, we'll definitely take all these fixtures very, very seriously. There won't be any sort of drop off, even if we were to win the first 5 or 6. I think we should we'll take all 8 matches seriously and do our best to try and finish as high up that table as we can. I do expect us to be a bit more competitive in the knockout stages as well, provided we make it, of course. I think we'll learn a lot of mistakes from last season, and we'll take those and be able to perform much better in this competition.
Bottom 24, Alan.
It's hard to say. It's just which, like I said, the inconsistency that we're showing at the moment has thrown me into. I can't predict anything at the moment. What's going to happen. I think before the tournament started, before the league season started, I think we'll get through to the knockout stages. But because of that issue at fullback, I can't see us getting further than the last 16. I'll be honest. We've got to win the Champions League.
Alan, what issues at fullback? What issues at fullback?
Right fullback. We haven't got one.
Right. So how did we win the Champions League when we didn't have a left fullback in 2023?
I just think the issue, right, but no pace for starters.
So how did we win the Champions League in 2023 without a left back?
We played 4 central defenders.
So we could do that now.
We could, but I've not seen it yet. At the start, I've not seen us do that yet.
You didn't say it till the middle. You didn't say it till the middle of the season in the treble, yeah.
And I agree, but unless we do that, to win the Champions League, you cannot concede goals at all. And that's what we did.
Say at all is true, Alan. I think you could.
That's what I mean.
Inter Milan had the best record last season. They only conceded 1 goal. They still did end up winning it. So, I
just think we've got to stop goals going in to win the Champions League. Simple as that. That's what I believe. And I can't see us doing that the way we defend.
I mean, I do agree, Alan, to the point of I do feel the right back is a problem, especially in the Champions League. But I think there are solutions, as myself and Richard pointed out. I do feel that there are ways of winning the competition.
Yeah.
It's just where we'll get to in the competition. I mean, a lot of it comes down to luck as well. Sometimes, you have to have the right decision, the right moment go for you. There are so many things that come to the Champions League. That's why it's rare that clubs win it more than once back to back. I mean, Real Madrid are the only club to ever win it back to back. Every other club has not won it as much as they have, especially back to back. So
I just think
they've rarely ever had the best defense. Real Madrid,
yeah,
all those great sides have had real weaknesses at the back. Their greatest defender wasn't actually that great a defender. They've had fullbacks who can't defend for their lives in that team, and they've managed to win it. So, and that's about
Courtois is their biggest actually at the back. I think he has got them out of so many issues. Like he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. I mean, he saves that he's done, you know, just outstanding. He is definitely up there as one of the best, especially in recent memory for me. So he has got them to win that competition more often than not.
When we won the Champions League, we kept a lot of clean sheets in that run.
We were undefeated, Alan.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of them were clean sheets, undefeated, and I just can't see the way we are defending at the moment to be able to do that.
Good point. No pace at right back. Nunes is not exactly slow.
No, but he's not a natural defender, though, is he?
But is he a right back that Pep wants?
Well, I don't think he is either. What I'm saying is that if you look at our two...
No. What I mean is, what I mean is, Ozzy, I was... Do you know what I think it is with fans? Which is my opinion. I think fans are wanting the teams they want. So they're having what Pep wants fullbacks to work a certain way. Is what I mean by that. That isn't the way some fans want it. And that's fine, that's just difference of opinion. But it is what it is. Pep's not going to change that.
I mean, I think you're right and you're wrong. I mean, Pep definitely has his own mind when it comes to the line.
So you think Pep sits there going, "Oh, the fans are all saying I should do do it."
No, but what I'm saying,
Martin, I think Pep's played such radically different fullbacks in his time at City. Pep does what he needs to do with the players he has. Pep has played Nunes, he's played Akanji, he's played Stones, he's played Nunes, Walker. You could not. He's played Delph. He takes the hand he's been dealt. He takes the hand he's been dealt, and he does the best he can with the player. I don't think that necessarily says what Pep wants for a fullback. It's what he wants from a particular fullback, and he's changed radically how we play, depending on the personnel that he has available. So we'll have to play a different game. If he decides Nunes is our best option, we'll play a different game than if we had prime Walker or if we had to play Akanji there for 10 games. That's just the reality.
I don't think you need to be the best to win the Champions League. That's my thing with this.
You don't.
I mean, Richard stole a lot of what I was going to say to you, Martin, as my reply, but I think you're right. I don't think you have to be. I don't think, especially when it comes to the final. I mean, we've seen most finals have been 1-0 games. The games themselves, the finals have not been particularly great. And I do think it comes down to moments, it comes down to decisions. I mean, the amount of times that before we won it, the decisions that went against us, like the game against Spurs and the handball, it can be just one of those games. The game that we played against Real Madrid, and we completely outclassed them. Yeah. But they went through because they just had that mentality that they kept solid at the back and didn't play the game and then just nicked it.
Yeah, or Liverpool, where we probably saw the worst.
I don't agree with this
in football history.
You don't win 18 trophies because you're clueless, mate. Come on.
Yeah,
that's a bit A to Z, that, man.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I have to kind of agree with Martin there. Pep is not clueless because he wouldn't.
Yeah, it's his opinion. 18 trophies is not clueless, mate.
No,
Well, he might think every manager in football history is clueless.
He might. You may think
he might think every. Yeah, he might think everyone in the world is clueless.
But there are times where
it's like when we don't say Alan's happy. He's just a little bit less miserable than yesterday.
No, exactly. But there are times I just think we are able to criticise Pep, and we do constructive criticism on this channel, and we will.
I do think we're still in the middle of a rebuild, and we're not the finished article by a long way yet.
I would agree with you to a point, Alan, where I think we are still finding our feet at the beginning of the season. I still think we've got a lot of players to integrate, and we've got players to find, their match sharpness, especially as I said in the Spurs review that I started with at the beginning of the show. But I saw a lot more positives in that game than a lot of people did. So I don't think we're far away from it. I think like I said, if we were to play that game in 6 to 8 weeks' time, I think you'd see a completely different result. I really do, because there were chances definitely there that the likes of Haaland should have scored 2, Mamu should have buried 1. Rodri, if he'd have been more match fit, would have buried that header. There was the, possible penalty on Bobby. There was so much I thought positive that I don't agree that we are completely miles away from challenging this season in any competition.
Do you know what it is, Ozzy? I think we need to get to playing every 3 days.
Yeah, I totally
once we get to playing every 3 days, that momentum is going to pick up fast as any other team, and then we'll truly know where we stand in terms of how we're going to go forward as a squad.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Because the fixtures will come hard and fast, and the match fitness will be like that before you know it.
And we've got the players. We certainly have got the players.
Yeah, of course we do.
The quality of the players we've got that we've brought in over the January and summer transfer window, and the players that have been at the club for quite a while, Haaland, Foden, Rodri, Diaz, Stones, those are core players that have got that experience over the last 3 to 4 seasons, especially with winning the treble, the 4 in a row. Do you know what I mean? We have got the players. The other players,
Rodri's the key. Rodri's the key. If we can get him fit and playing consistently well, then we're going to do things. But he has to be playing.
Possibly, but I don't think we're going to see the best from Rodri for maybe up until halfway of the season. And I actually thought Nico G actually looked good against Spurs. I saw some good positives out of him. So I don't think it's Rodri or bust like it was last season.
Yeah. It was the best of the bad bunch, but Nico G without Bernardo.
I agree there.
Bernardo gave, improved Nico G by his flexibility, and also Reinders without Bernardo.
Nico G, how?
Improve Rico G, because Nico G is not a true out and out.
The frig's Rico G.
Nico.
He said he's Nico.
Nico's not an out. Nico's not an out and out 6, and coming up against, if you're coming up against a tough midfield and you're getting hit by 2, I thought he was the best of them. He was a mile better than Reinders.
I thought he was falling over the ball.
Reinders was bounced like a 3-year-old.
Well, the stats don't back you up, I'm afraid, Martin.
His passing was
I watch football with eyes, not stats.
Yeah.
He took
the ball. He actually took the ball forward.
For a reason again.
Let him finish, Brian. Let him say what he needs to say.
Who? Sorry, Rich.
No, I
wasn't sure who Alan was pointing at. Who needs to say?
No, I just said one at a time. Let Rich speak, and then Martin can have it.
No. I thought Nico was the best of the 3. Comfortably. He was the only one who actually took the ball forward. And I thought if we talk about a weak player, I thought Reinders was getting bounced 2 meters every time he went near a Spurs player. They'd touch him with a shoulder barge, and he was looking like he was about 55 kilos.
I thought they were both poor.
But I think Bernardo would enable both of them to be better with his experience, with his positioning, with his tactics. And I think if Pep looked back at Saturday for a mistake, not starting Bernardo would be what he would think, I suspect, was his error in the game.
And to be fair, Martin, it was cheeky pulled off, not Nico. So
he brought Nico Gonzalez off.
I know, but he brought for Bernardo Silva. He replaced Bernardo. He replaced Cheeky with Bernardo, so he didn't pull Nico off.
Cherky was shit.
I don't think he was shit. I actually thought he was the most creative player on the pitch for us.
I'm lost there. He took Nico G off.
I know he took him off, but he didn't take him off for Bernardo Silva to stay.
No, he did. I said he just got taken off. That's all.
Yeah.
Hey, Richard,
he's in his opinions. I thought he was poor. He got knocked up the ball every time he went near it. And there's my number 6.
Reinders on that fact. But...
Well, Rich and I are still in agreement from last weekend that we blame Gundogan for this performance.
Yeah, and Akanji.
I can totally understand
the Unks. Yeah, the Unks were just awful.
they were absolutely awful. Which you know,
Unk's out.
Right.
Unk's out, and we'll win every game.
Yep.
Is there any more chat that we need out of the Champions League, or shall we now move on to the main discussion of tonight?
Go on. Move on.
Are we all happy with that?
Yeah.
So, obviously, we are coming towards the end of the transfer window. There's only literally, 2 days now, roughly 2.5 days left of the window.
When does it wrap up? Is it like about 11 p.m. your
Monday.
time?
No, it's 7 o'clock.
7 p.m. Okay.
7 p.m. on Monday. They've changed the. Is that the only thing I don't know actually, Martin, which you might be able to kind of know more than I do? Is that just for the Premier League, or is that for the rest of Europe? Pretty much 7 o'clock.
Premier League, Spain, Germany, Turkey get an additional 2 weeks, and Saudi get an additional however long as well.
Okay. So
Turkey get an extra two weeks.
Yeah, it's like September 12th or something.
Yeah, I did hear that. So, obviously, I think we can all agree that our transfer business didn't start in the summer; it started in January. And I think that's probably where we can start, really, if everyone's happy with that. Because for me, that is where we did really start a bit of this rebuild. And I think, for me, you look at the players he brought in, and if we look at some of the young players like, Kuzhinov, he is a player that seems to be obviously for the future. I think with the likes of Mamouche, he was definitely brought for the here and now, because one of his age, two of his performances in the Bundesliga, and I do feel that if we were going to get him this summer, we wouldn't be getting him for the price tag of the 70 million that we got him for in January. I think he would be, in this current market this summer, I think he'd be 100 plus. So I actually think we did a brilliant business in January with the players that we brought in. And then I think this summer we've again done brilliant business with, for me, if you look at other teams like Liverpool and Wirtz, for me, as soon as they paid that price tag, it's just inflated the market. For all the players around the market, you have to think about. I mean, Newcastle today have been linked with, and look like they're going to bring in the guy from. I know it's the Bundesliga. I can't remember which team.
They've signed him.
They signed him. Well, 70 million euros. Have I seen that right?
Who is this?
I can't remember his name. Martin, have you got his?
He's the guy from Stuttgart, I believe.
Yeah,
Velder, someone.
Yeah. No, he's only had. I had a quick look just before we started the show, and he's only had. Really
Formidable, be nice. Support how people want to support Formidable. Come on now.
Yeah, he seems to only have had one breakout. I think he scored like 17 goals last season and 3 assists, but seasons before that, I don't think he's pulled up tree. So I think it's massively inflated. But again, this is the situation Newcastle in, plus the other strikers that have gone for. So I look at the business we did, especially at the beginning of the summer, and I just think we did incredibly well.
Can I ask if we're going to bring any players in?
Well, we'll get that, obviously, but I'm just talking about the business we've just currently done, Alan. Okay. So what are people's thoughts on the business from January up until now? And we'll get on to whether we think there'll be more business afterwards, and outgoings, obviously, as well. Rich, do you want to go kick it off, mate?
In terms of what the outgoings?
No, I'm talking about the incomings from January and the incomings from the summer.
Yeah,
this summer.
I mean, I've been very. I'm happy with the change. I think it's generational. I actually think that getting the players we've got and getting them out on loan at decent clubs and hopefully getting game time so that they come to us better, more experienced players than they are when we sign them's really good. I mean, I hope we could get to next summer with Bar, Naipan, and Echeverry and Heiss all battle hardened by a season and ready to come in and fill players we know are going to leave next summer. So I think that's really good, and everyone's melting down that they've gone off on loan. But I actually think that's a masterstroke. If they get game time, if they don't get game time, it's a problem. But I don't think they'll be getting game time at City. So, that allows us to make generational change next summer without having to spend any money, which will really free up our money to, buy one or two, much better players. I put my money on Marmoush to be the player of the year this year. I think he's an incredibly talented player. Everyone's talked about Reinders and Cherky, but Marmoush is the one that I've been, most excited to see, and I think really goes under the radar from everyone. And you look at what he did in Germany, and you look at the price for like because I'm bound to say it wrong. Yeah, look at that. What United paid for what United paid for their star striker, who I think got 2.4 in the player ratings last night. He's probably 150 million euro player easily. And we got him for half that because we signed him in January. I'm excited by Kusanov. I think Reinders needs to strengthen up. I think he showed against Wolves what he can do in a positive way, but I think he also showed against Spurs what it means to come from the Italian league to the Premier League. I think he'll have to probably be on a few protein shakes and put on a kilo or two and a bit more, and just get used to it. I think even like Rodri's no small player, but when Rodri first came to City, he would get bounced a bit because they're just not used to being, physically, pushed as hard as they are in the Premier League when they've come from Spain or Italy. So I'm quite excited. I mean, I just realised that we're making a generational change. It was, we've all said it was the youngest Premier League side we've put out for 16 years on Saturday. And that's going to require time. It's going to require, unless Ederson stays and we're playing Ederson, it's going to require time to work out how to play with our goalie and build out from the back, whether it's Trafford, whether it's Donnarumma, whether it's whoever, and that's going to take time. It's going to take time for, to have a proper prime number 8 for them to get up to the speed of the Premier League and the strength. It's going to take a bit of time for Rodri to ease back into form. It's going to take, time for for Bob to really, he's had 2 good games, I think, but it's going to take him time to become an established Premier League player. We've just got so much change, and we have to realise you don't just click your fingers and you become brilliant. I don't know if many people pay much attention to PSG, but PSG were a pretty average team till, I don't know when we played them. Was it January or was it late December? They were an average team until Jack Grealish put us 2-0 up. And whatever happened, Jack Grealish kick-started their season because they came back in that game, and from that moment forward, they were phenomenal. But they've been average for 5 months because it takes time to get used to playing together, for young players to really get their confidence, for people to understand the setup. And if fans are impatient and expect us to just click our fingers and it's 2023 again with a totally new squad, and they're going to want someone to blame every week for why that doesn't happen, then they're going to be miserable for 6 months. And honestly, for any fan who's going to have a meltdown, apart from Alan because of the comedy value he brings, but if any fan's going to have a meltdown if we lose or we don't play, or every player doesn't play perfectly, switch off your phone, switch off your TV, give up football till January, come back in January when the young players in the team have had a chance to regenerate, and watch a great team play. But don't do it to yourself for the next 6 months. Don't put yourself through the misery and trauma you're going to have. No, I'm thinking of their mental health and well-being. No point putting yourself through that emotion every week if you can't handle, patience and time.
We love a Rich rant, absolutely. And to be fair, Rich, that was probably one of your best rants in quite a while, mate. So
it's a very calm rant.
That
wasn't a rant. That was more like a passionate observation.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah, it doesn't work quite as well like Rich's passionate observations.
That was a dad telling off a child that sort of thing. Listen,
I think you should have a program to yourself, mate, called Rich Rant.
Anyway, that's
enough. It's called Blues Down Under.
Yeah, exactly. Have you not been on that show, Alan?
Yeah. Take care, Gumnut. Speak to you during the week, mate.
I was actually commenting on Pardo Oaks' comment about me. It's my opinion. You don't have to agree with it, but that's why I stand. So you have your opinion, I have mine. And
Pardo, I am excited about Kushinov because I think Poopy said something earlier in one of the shows, which I do agree with. I think when Kushinov gets in, he's going to be hard to get out.
Yeah, I
think
agree
it's
with that.
just getting him in.
Yeah,
he's just getting. People forget he is still young. He's still. And this is my thing on this project players. And I hate the fucking tag. I hate this tag on project players. Yeah, Alan, shut up, because if it was up to you, we'd have 11 Traffords and nobody else. Would the 11 Traffords do? Kick the ball to the opponents. Anyway.
No, I'm sure one of them would at least hit the ball long.
No, Kushinov will get there. I hope my kickback on Kushinov is the right back to the centre back. I think he's going to be a good centre back. Right back, I think you can play him in certain games when you're not going to be as needed to go forward, if you know what I mean.
I think you've got Nori in all honesty.
Yeah, you can't play him as an overlapping fullback because he isn't an overlapping fullback. That's just not him. He can spray a ball 20 yards. He did it in the Bernabeu last season. He can knock balls 20 crossfield passes 20 yards, but Pep wants you to get up the field. I think there's a time and a place for Kushinov at right back. But I do believe when he's in there, he will be in there. And that's what I believe. I think people have just got to relax on it. He hadn't played a lot of games when he come, and I know people don't like that. He hadn't.
Also, to be fair, Martin, though, I mean, he stayed. He hasn't gone out on loan like a lot of the other players we brought in January. He stayed. And for me, that sends enough of a message to say that he has got an opportunity this season. And I think you're right. I think those opportunities will come. I still think they could probably come in the Champions League because I think, as me and Rich have said, I do feel that he could play it right back.
Yeah, but what I mean is that people have a go at Trafford for being inexperienced. Kushinov's just as inexperienced.
Yeah,
I mean, Trafford for me is
experience comes from. You only get experience by playing. End of.
Yeah,
true, but I think Trafford is slightly different in respects of that you really can't be interchanging your goalkeeper. You can't be keep swapping him round. I think you've either got to go for it. I think Trafford is going to be your goalkeeper, or I don't like.
People are picking and choosing when experience and when inexperience is okay.
But a goalkeeper makes a mistake, he usually ends up in a goal. Whereas an outfield player, if he makes a mistake, can be covered.
I mean, Martin, I think you're 100% right in that. I can't believe, I think the Trafford inexperience is a ton of nonsense. Trafford's played twice as many games as Edison had. And I didn't remember one fan saying, Edison's inexperienced, because he was shiny and he came from Benfica. And the fact he'd only played about, 40 games in Europe was irrelevant when Trafford's played, 170 or something. Chevalier, people were bigging him up and then turning around and saying Trafford's inexperienced. Trafford's played 3 times as many games as him. I mean, it's Trafford, for his age, is incredibly experienced. He started 150 league games or something. He's not inexperienced. He's young. He's inexperienced playing at City, the City way, and he's perhaps inexperienced in the Premier League. But all the other goalkeepers people were twerking at, in Europe or, when Edison came in, are just as inexperienced. Joe Hart was more inexperienced when he came in. So I think that's a bit of a furphy. I think the problem with Trafford, it's going to be a problem with any goalkeeper, is none of them are close to as good as Edison with his feet. And like when Edison and Bravo first started playing like they did, we were gasping every time the ball got passed back. I think we're going to have to go through that again, because no one is going to be able to pass, the ball half as well as Edison. No one's going to be able to ping a 60-meter ball, onto Haaland's head or whoever it may be, like Edison. So we're going to have to live with quite a big change. And I think it's going to take quite a few games to get used to playing with another goalkeeper. I see a drop-off when we play Ortega, and Ortega's been with us playing our way for years and is a very good goalkeeper with his feet.
Yeah, he is.
He's a big drop-off from Edison. So whether it's Trafford or Donnarumma or whoever, we're going to have to get used to it, unless we see Edison back in goal on Sunday, except he may make a few mistakes with shot stopping. It is. We're going to
hang on, Rich. Just let me clarify this. CJ, don't know if you're new, mate. Yes, it was. It's called Friends Having a Bit of Banter, mate.
Anyway, let's move. I mean, we will come on to more of the goalkeeper situation, because obviously we've got that to still talk about, with possibly more incomings / outgoings. So, Pat, how are your thoughts, mate? What are your thoughts from the business from January up until now?
A blend of fixing problems right now, getting players that can fix problems right now, and getting players that will perform for us in the next few years. So can't really ask much more than that, to be honest. In terms of what is left, yes, there is, the gleaming, the issue of right back. Are we going to go for anything? Are we going to stick with what we have right now? Remains to be seen. In previous years under Cheeky, I think it would have been safe to say that our window probably would have closed, probably several weeks ago. I think Viana seems to be a bit more aggressive. He is a bit more pragmatic, willing to look at other options, certainly surveys the market in terms of not just what we might be able to do, but what other clubs are doing, which in turn may result in us doing a bit more business. So, I think the dynamic in how we do the transfer window is going to be a lot different now. So I'm still not considering the transfer window to be over yet. So it just remains to be seen. But in terms of everything that we've got in since January, I'm very, very extremely satisfied with what we've got so far. Just alluding to what everybody else had said before with, players for the future like your Vita Jesus, your Kuzanovs, they're already showing so much maturity, and the way that they're developing their games right now is a lot to be very positive about as well. I think we did some fantastic business with the players for right now, such as Mamouche, who's one who particularly stands out for me just because the way his numbers have been gradually improving over the last few years in Germany and that. And, given his age, he's a player for right now. And, we've seen glimpses of what one hell of a player he can be in that too. So I'm excited for what's ahead. And given the fact that, there's new people in place, in charge of operations now, means that we could be seeing something a little bit different, a little bit, possibly even a little bit more left field, because from what we see about Viana, he seems very, very aggressive in the market. He's not afraid to, flex a little bit of muscle and try and, get what he wants in that too. So, but also too, at the same time, pushing back as well, because, we saw firsthand the fact that, we wouldn't bend to Daniel Levy's will when it came to Savinho. And, I suppose some people might be a bit disappointed with that because of the possibilities of who may have come through the door if Savio was to leave. But it also shows that, at the same time, we value our players. We're not a charity, and we're certainly not going to allow other teams dictate like how we want to do business. And overall, I can't really think of anything terribly negative to say about what business has been done since the start of January this year. So I'm very, very happy with it.
No, I was thumbs up to Foggy.
Foggy, big up for the 10 gifted, mate. You, sir, are a superstar. Thank you so much. Big up Foggy in the chat. Send him those W's.
I'm emotional. I mean, this is a dream come true. All these guys deserve. All these guys around here.
Big up Foggy. Right, couple of things. People are saying, we should have got a right back. Why haven't we done this? Why haven't we done that? You do realise we're still over our 17-man foreign quota, don't you? So, yes, it does limit. I think, was it Reece? Someone in the comments asking about, oh, it's an excuse and no right back. We have got, I've just carried up 20 or 21 foreign players. So, you're only allowed 17.
I think that's why we were so heavily linked with Livramento, because he was probably the only real right back we could bring in this window. And now that is looking extremely unlikely to happen in this window.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
No.
People need to go out for people to come in. That was why Sabinho was Rodrigo was only an option if he ever was. When Sabinho left. Donnarumma was only an option if Edison. It's 1 in, 1 out at the moment, guys. And we still need to get more out. Yes, that's what they are saying, Reece, because there isn't anybody else at the minute.
We've got one big problem. We've got one big problem at City. The players that are still at the club are paid far too much, and they don't want to leave because of the wages that they're on and the contracts they're on. It's a big problem.
I partly agree slightly with you, Alan, but I think at the end of the day, I think the message was kind of set with the likes of Akanji and Gundo that they weren't even, played. They didn't feature.
The money they're on and the contract that they're on.
I don't think Akanji's one of the top earners. I don't think Gundo on his current contract is one of the top earners. I mean, that there are links out there with clubs that these players. I mean, with Akanji, he's been linked to Crystal Palace, and I think that's a deal definitely.
Just posted he's been heavily linked with Milan now too.
Well, there you go. He's been linked with at least 4 clubs, Alan. So I wouldn't count that he doesn't go.
At the moment, he doesn't want to go, Ozza.
No, I know he doesn't want to, but I also think this is a World Cup year, and players need to play. And if you're being told that realistically you're not going to play very much this season, then come deadline day, we could see a few players go. I still think
Kelvin Phillips is a fucking issue. I'll tell you. Martin mentioned it last night.
Kelvin Phillips is getting under the 50 a week for sitting on.
I know.
So yeah, and the trouble is they are legal contracts.
Yeah, we can.
As bad as that situation is, as bad as that situation is for us, you only have to look across the road. They've got it far worse.
Yeah,
they've got
and we can
4 or 5 players on contracts that are expensive.
Phillips,
Reece, you're panicking now. You're panicking now because doesn't start playing Kushner was going to leave.
Yeah,
he wasn't playing regularly in France at all. He played 11 games before he joined.
Yeah,
when he left
24 in 2 seasons for a team
24 games in 2 seasons
in the French league.
Reece, calm down. I get you like Kushner, but he played 24 games in total. What are we doing here?
And 8th in the French league is not the same as playing for the top.
Relax a little
Premier
bit.
League.
I think you're a Kushner fan, aren't you? Which is fine. Big up yourself, and I hope you enjoy him. But the badge is before any player. At the end of the day, I think people have forgotten that. I do think people have forgotten that we've still got this huge squad because everyone stopped talking about it. If you notice, everyone's just presumed it was. Ortega's not gone yet. Phillips ain't gone yet. Gundogan ain't gone yet. Akanji ain't gone yet. You still got. I worked out last night. When we played Tottenham on Saturday, didn't we? There was 8 players left at home. 8 to 9 players.
Well, I think it goes back to what Pat was saying earlier.
Oh, Jesus. Go on, Oz.
I would just say, I think it goes back to what Pat was saying earlier. That I think, you've got these players that basically that are still here, but I think we've still got the basically the transfer window has never been for us as City has never been. It's never felt that with Cheeky. It felt that the transfer window for us would have been over weeks ago. Is basically what Pat was saying, wasn't it, Pat? You were saying that under Cheeky, we would have shut the door. It would have been we're not letting anybody else come in. We're not letting anybody else go. We're getting on with the season with what we've got. That has completely changed with Yana. He seems to want to kind of do. He's quite comfortable with letting certain stories run. He's happy for certain narratives to run in the press. He's happy to look at deals right at the end of the transfer window, where that's players going out or players coming in. So I think we're just going to have to get used to this new Viana era. That it's not going to be the same anymore.
He's a lot more aggressive. I know that.
Yeah, and he's a lot more aggressive with if he feels that he's going to get rid of you, he'll get rid of you. I still feel that that's still the case with certain players. So it's just that it's going to happen later than we think than it normally would. Normally we'd see players leave sooner, but we'll see. Obviously. I mean, and for me, I still feel that this whole situation with Edison is, for me, the biggest thing I don't like that Viana's done, because I do feel that you really, at the start of the season, you need to know who your number one is. And I don't care who it is, but we're hearing so many mixed messages. We're hearing from Pep that it's Edison, and the reason he didn't start the season is because he had a stomach bug. And then he said, he's fit now, he's fine, and he's my number one. And then he didn't start him against Spurs. And Trafford was still in the goal. And then we're still hearing that Donnarumma's in the background, and we're still hearing Edison still being linked to Galatasaray. And for me, I just don't like the situation anymore. I just feel that if Edison's going, go. If Donnarumma's giving the keeper we bring in, then bring him in. But don't keep this going, because I think it's just too unsettling.
It's a circus. It's a circus.
Yeah, it feels like it has become a circus now. So, for me, it's not who is in goal, whether it's Trafford. If it's Trafford, great. I'm happy to go with him for the season. I really am. If Edison's staying, then Edison's staying and he's the number one. I just want clarity. I just want to know who the main person is. I don't want this uncertainty. I don't want this continuous story, because I feel for the goalkeeping position, it's just something you shouldn't be messing around with at this late stage at the beginning of the season. Have
you heard anything? What's happening, Martin? Because when we spoke last, which was obviously earlier, there was something happening. Have you heard anything since?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah, I'll get Rich. Alan straight to it. Let's get my phone. All I got told was there should be movement tomorrow either way. I didn't mean the decision. I don't. Again, it's difficult. Phil Foden's going to get a new contract in the next few weeks, which we told in a thing ages ago. There's an issue, obviously, with the goalkeeping coach at the moment.
What's up?
Around all this, like you said, confusion on goalkeepers at the moment. Now, that's what I'm told. Whether it's true, whether it's not, I don't know. I always say reportedly. The problem is, and I keep saying this problem is, people are saying City have to force it. City have accepted bids for Akanji. They were talked about, there was reports accepting a bid off Palace. He didn't agree anything. Accepted a bid off Galatasaray. Didn't agree anything. Then there was Bayer Leverkusen. Didn't agree. You ever thought maybe just Kanji don't want to go? You can't force the guy out. You can't say get out. If he's happy to sit on a bench and not move, then maybe he is. And I know that's people. You can't just go get the F out, because on the other side of the coin, as you've seen at Newcastle and Brentford, when a player does it, they get put over hot coals.
Is that the case? Is that the case with Edison? He's now changed his mind and wants to stay.
No, but with Edison,
he's done this before, hasn't he?
There was talk earlier of a Saudi club come in. Then there was, but now AC Milan have come in for a Akanji. This may just be a crazy few days that everyone's just going left and right. Because right now, Akanji don't want to move. Calvin Phillips, no one's come for. Gundo, is that just going to be something we deal with in 2 weeks? This is the problem. I know it's frustrating, but again, this is what's holding up things.
What's happening?
We've got a huge squad. We left 8 to 9 people at home at the weekend. We've got 4 goalies right now, for Christ's sake. 4. Can't even get rid of Ortega. Bettinelli's suddenly got a mysterious injury. Gavardio's got strapping around his knee. Ain't known that, according to his national manager, is fit. Not a word from City, though. I don't know. It's just a little bit like James said, Calvin trains alone, decides what time he trains and what time he finishes us. City can't be more clearer than that if you're not part of these plans. But he's under a legal contract for 2 or 3 more years, and no one's coming buying. It's like having a car, and you know that car's done. That car is finished. You have no interest in it. You put it onto the driveway, 500 quid. No bugger wants it because it's not good.
But, I look at it, it feels chaotic. I've gone through some of the chaos. You've just gone through some of the chaos, Martin. I'm sure the other guys will come into chaos as well. But it feels like we're not the only club, really, that are dealing with certain situations like this. I mean, for me, I look at some of the bigger teams, likes of Chelsea, Liverpool, Spurs. I look at them and think they're still not. It doesn't look like they're finished with their business yet. They still look like they've got gaps that they need to sort out. You look at Liverpool with the Isak and look at their defence, and they still seem to haven't sorted that out. And you look at Chelsea, and talks about their goalkeeper and bringing in wingers and more wingers on top of wingers, and Spurs have been rejected by everyone. United, I don't think I could include them from my list, but it just seems the only stable team that I can really look at that I think is pretty much ready to go is Arsenal. Because it seems they've been building this team for 4 or 5 seasons, and now they've finally just got the striker they've been banging on about 3 seasons. It feels like they're the only club that really have done everything. They're ready to go. It just seems quite chaotic for everybody else, including us right now.
Sorry, is that triggering everyone? Is that better? Should we do it that way? Sorry, I didn't realise my moving was triggering people. My apologies. Does it really matter? Look,
we're not telling about anything these days.
Doesn't really matter who's here, there, and everywhere, guys. We can play musical chairs. Which club is going to sign? I have no idea.
No one's coming for him, have they?
I think
Leeds are interested. They don't want the salary.
Phillips will be released.
Rich,
he'll be released in September in an agreement with us. He'll become a free agent, and he'll sign for Leeds as a free agent late in September when he's fit again. I think that's pretty obvious.
Can I just say one thing, Rich? Like some has put, people don't care about the guys you mentioned who don't play, Martin. The problem is you can't just. They're not pieces of meat you can whack out back and ignore. They're still taking money, and they have to be registered in the squad. You are only allowed 17 foreign players and up to 8 homegrown. We are over that. That's why we can't buy any more at the minute. It's a 1-in, 1-out policy. Well, really, it should be a 1-in, 2-out policy at the minute. The squad's just got too big. That's what we are.
Only last year that it was too small.
And here's the thing: if you were getting 150 grand a week for free, would you be like, all right, City's fault that I do blame the club on. I do.
Mistakes are made though, Martin.
But no club ever gets every signing perfect. It's never happened in history, and it never will happen in history.
It'll cause meltdown if we announce what Diaz is on. He's had a wage bump. Let's put it that way.
I don't see why he should. He's still a very good defender.
Oh, he's public enemy number one at the moment, Oz.
In certain circles, maybe.
Public enemy number one at the minute, Diaz.
That's because there's a group of fans who are whinging and blaming X. When X doesn't play, they then have to blame Y. When Y doesn't play, they blame Z. When Z doesn't play, they blame A. Because it turns out that they were wrong in the first place by blaming X for everything, and that now they can't just accept.
Rich, name it. You know what it is. They blame Gundo, they blame Bernardo, they were blaming all the older players. Now the older players aren't there. They can't.
Then it was the academy players. Let's blame the academy. Then when the academy's been blamed, it's going to be it's going to blame Diaz. And when Diaz is blamed, it'll be Tuchel for Stones getting injured. Then before long it'll be Haaland's rubbish. He can't score. Foden's. It's just.
It's ultimately Martin's fault because he's not signed the players that on behalf of City.
I mean,
we all know that's the truth. Martin, first up,
what?
You're not signing the players that everyone wants. Why are you not signing the players that we need?
I'm slow on the job.
Every time you lose, you need to sign 5 new players. So we need a team. Yeah, we need to sign about 300 players a year.
I think we should hire Alan. Alan, get the players. Go on.
I think it's right. Yeah. It's like Diaz. I think people going over the top. Fayam will come time one sec. With Diaz, it's quite simple for me. Is he on form at the minute? No. Does he maybe have a game or 2 out? Maybe. Does that mean he's finished? No. I think we're doing this. It's 2 A to Z for me at the minute. It's A to Z. And this blaming Maya bloody Jammer, Jesus Christ, so footballers never allowed to have a girlfriend or kids or a family ever again because it affects their football.
To be honest, Martin, Diaz has played better when he's single.
But Jesus Christ, so Diaz has to stay single for the rest of his footballing lifetime.
Yes. Yes, it means he plays better.
Do you blame him because he's not being?
Whoa, Alan, be careful where you go.
Faith, thank you very much for £5. 8 stones, Gavardio pushing off for me.
Alan.
Trafford will settle. Looking forward to seeing Rodri back. Badly. Great stream, lads, and I hope you're having a lovely holiday, Faith. Thank you for the very kind.
Careful, Alan, because
don't forget Gilmore Tees, link in the description. If you want any t-shirts or anything, go and give them a look. Force it now, too nice. You can't force it. They're under contract.
What have we got there?
You'll get people. Alan's got fans in the chat. They're going to shout at you.
Alan's in love. Alan's just in love. He's just found the woman of his dreams.
Reece, I think it might just be this panel that's really right. Reece, if you think that, mate, that's your opinion, then we may not be the channel for you. Thank you for tuning in. Come on. So what you're saying is if we don't agree with you, we're wrong. Come on, Reece. Play the game.
You're allowed your opinion, mate.
Who I want every City player to play well. There's this mentality.
I don't have any favourite.
There are fans who actively want players to play badly because they would rather be right that their scapegoat is wrong than City win. I want every single player in our squad playing well, doing well, and helping us win games. This idea that I'd rather Diaz has a bad game and we lose 3-0 and I'm right than City win 2-0 and Diaz has a storm of white. We should be rooting for Diaz and Stones. We should be rooting for whoever's in the bloody team every week.
And that's the problem, Rick.
Behind them, supporting them and taking them forward.
But too many people sit there and they say a comment and what they want to do is they want to be right rather than back in the team.
Yeah,
they want to be right. And the first thing they come out with, I told you so. I said 6 months ago that this play was shit. Look, I said, and this is what happens.
To be fair, Martin wanted Koulibaly. He was on the
I wanted
Koulibaly
both.
train.
I wanted Koulibaly. No, I wanted Koulibaly, Diaz, and I wanted Skriniar.
You did. And where's Skriniar now? Where's Koulibaly now?
Got my boy Diaz though, didn't I? Ruben Diaz. He's a number three.
You did have to
He
have
ain't United and he loves City.
That was my one, but yeah.
Don't sell Joe out. My Joey out.
Martin just follows our
don't
train.
think you understand.
Yeah.
If you sell Joe out, my Joey out, you're going to have a riot on your hands.
Well, while we're on the subject of that, Martin,
yes.
can you tell the viewers how enjoyable being at Oldham Athletic was the other day with the under 21s? It
was fucking amazing. By the way, 600-700 fans in Boundary Park. There was only about 1,500 in there. 3/4 of it was City fans. And it was the best laugh I've had in years. It was so proper old school. Nick Johnson is in the chat. We had a great evening. Big up to Oldham. The lads were great. 5-1 win. We were 3 up at half time. Bit of spike breaks. It was great. It was and you know what? It's not even this age thing. There was a lot of younger lads there as well. Someone come up, said hello to me. Big up to them. Big Steve was there. It was a magnificent evening. Sun was shining. We were singing the old songs. Wings of a Sparrow, the Arse of a Crow. Uwe Rosler was coming out. We're doing it again at Bolton, yeah. And Rotherham. Bit of Rotherham as well. We got to. Hey, I'm going to start doing this. I'm starting to get into this EDS stuff. Loving it. So yeah.
So when did they play? When did they
Still
play
waiting
Bolton?
for women's teams update, but yeah.
When did they play Bolton?
Well, why don't you do the women's team update, Misery House? Sat in the corner.
I'm just going off what you had this advertised on this channel when I first started.
That was
Still waiting.
That was 3 years ago. Kiss me out.
Still waiting. Still waiting. I know it's written on the tin, but I think that tin's expired already.
Yeah, it hasn't updated.
Ozzy was getting in deep into EDS. As soon as Lavia went, we never heard from him. Ozzy on EDS, he was just a Lavia fan. We never heard from him ever again. Lavia went.
I've heard 3 of the guys in EDS are going to be on the bench for Brighton. So there you go, Martin. There's some news for you.
Yeah, no, there was spike breaks. I've got to say, there was a real good few people. I've got to say, I'm trying to think of his name. Thingy Muir, what's he called? Ashton Muir, very, very good. There was Justin. I won't even try and pronounce his name because I'm just Pat will laugh at me. Justino. We'll call him Justino because I don't want to say his name incorrectly.
23rd of September, Bolton. Bolton. And
I'll be going to that then.
Yeah.
That's Tuesday night.
And that's right. Yeah.
So yeah, it was really, really good. Big up to them. 5-1 win. Fans have a right to be miserable. I can say melting down whatever they wish, but like we said, football makes you miserable. Rich is going to say football is not for you. Wouldn't you, Rich?
Yeah, I know Alan's only happy when he's miserable. So for Alan, that sort of old school main road, main stand thing, there is that history at City that you're only miserable, you're only happy when you're miserable. So there are people like that, but life's short. If it makes you too angry and too miserable, there's tiddlywinks.
Are we going then, Nick?
Billions.
Are we going? Are we going there, Nick? Are we having it? We've got to have it. We've got to have that. But yeah,
and Huddersfield.
Huddersfield, we're going to try and get to, yeah.
And Martin's going to Brighton. Martin's going to Brighton at the weekend.
I am going to Brighton as well. No, I will confirm. If anyone does not believe
can't change my prediction then, please.
He's
good idea, Pat.
Because we know what you like.
He's meeting Nick, Nick from Melbourne.
Yeah. That was Justin Obuavado.
Oh, you couldn't even say your name right.
Martin, when you go to the Amex, go and have a few pints in
Martin City. See, that's formidable, and this is where we disagree. And it's your opinion, mate. Of course it is. if we can't survive a season or two without a trophy, then we have become what we said we'd never become, formidable. And I get we've changed as a club. I 100% get that. But we're not going to do it United. We're not getting beat by Grimsby. We're not 16th. We had our worst season in a long time when we finished third with the best win-to-win ratio in the whole of 2024 by the end.
You can't guarantee.
Sorry, 2025.
You can't guarantee that we're going to win the Premier League every season. You can't guarantee that.
As long as we're challenging us there. Challenging,
that's my main point.
Can't guarantee to win it every year. That is entitled.
And I think that's the point where we should really be right
Bayern in their league.
On top right. There you go. Top right.
That's where we need to be. I think the fan base, as long as we're challenging, I think that's where we should expect to be. You know,
I was in 900. Big up, Nick. 900. There you go. There was more City fans there than Oldham. Oh, you know what the best song was? Do football in a library. I've never sang that, so no, we normally get it sang to us. It was great to sing it to them.
So as Brighton were brought up, shall we move on for the last half an hour to the Brighton game at the weekend?
Do you know what? I was captain. You're spot on. No, I'm formidable. I know you are. I'm not saying you, mate. I'm just this is me. I just can't change my DNA. It's who I am. Do you know what it is to me? I was brought up watching City be shit. So watching City be shit, I'm just used. I was brought up with it. But I do understand fans who have seen nothing but good times. I get it. It's hard. When my son is 15, has never seen us not win a trophy. So of course, the thing is with me and Rich, we were brought up in shit. So we're used to shit.
So was I.
No, you weren't. You saw us win the 1903.
Yeah, Bert Troutman's FA Cup final performance.
Yeah, I was there in the 70s when we were a good fucking side, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, Alan told me all about Billy Meredith. Meredith.
Billy Meredith.
He told me all about that, seeing him flying down the side of the pitch with the ball.
Oh, Nick, yeah. Nick Staples is down at the old game on Sunday.
Yeah, Martin, go to Lewis for beers before the game, not Brighton. Lewis, you can get the train from Lewis right in the centre of it to the
Hey, I've got
game.
Parking. I'm parking at the University, Sussex University. No, not the Martin away day curse. That got broken. We won at Wolves.
Listen, I'm going to have to drop in a second, so I better...
See, not one of you mentioned that, did you, Ozzy? You never said Martin's away day curse is over.
No, we're keeping the agenda going, Martin.
Yeah,
the agenda's keep going. It's not...
Yeah, because when you thought it was over in a season where we won nothing, so...
Yeah.
Rich, give us your prediction for the week. Oh, 1 each you've gone for, haven't you?
I've gone for 1-1, yeah. I think it'll be a tough game. I think the fans will be in meltdown because Belaber will, outmuscle a few City midfielders and Uncle come off the bench. But I think we'll get a good solid 1-1 draw, which I don't think's that bad a result.
I'll do what's your prediction.
I've already sent it.
Have you? Alan, what's yours? I just need to update the table.
The result, I think, will be 2 each.
Bloody hell, I was a confident boy. I like it.
My prediction. Should we move on to the Brighton game then?
Yes. Off you go. Fearless leader.
Night all or morning to those in Australia.
All right, Rich.
Big up, Rich. Take care. Take care, Mr. Vinto.
Yeah. The Vinto Kid.
Hang on, before you go.
No trains to Huddersfield.
Where are you getting the Vinto from?
Talk to my fair.
Amazon.
Right, okay.
Martin, do we get Mainoo on loan?
You can get it delivered to your house.
I think we have enough midfielders. Plus, you get Kobe Mainoo on loan, you're going to stump Nico Riley's growth, and I don't want to do that. Hey, give over there. Not in my lifetime. Go and give Luke and the gang a lot of love. Also, by the way, if people are asking about tone, Tony's now doing very short Instagram lives. There will be another one tomorrow. They're a very special guest. So you want to get on there.
I'm not on, mate. So
no, I didn't mean you.
But I'm on next week. So
no, you're not on tomorrow's kiss me ass. Anyway,
I'm busy.
Right, go on, Brighton away. Brighton away.
Brighton away.
Can I kick off? Because I'm really excited about this.
No, you're not. No, you talk too much. Pipe down. Yes, of course you can.
Let's start the show. I'm actually, from what I'm hearing this week out the gang, I think Brighton could be in for a bit of a rude awakening.
Why?
Apparently that they are, and I know Danielle had to go at me in the space about this, so I know who he is in the chat, and he knows they're really up for it at the minute. There's a lot of we're going to prove people wrong. There's a lot of anger, as in they want to get you know when you want to get that old saying, you want to get back you know when you need a game 3 days later, like Rick Pat said earlier. Right now we need a game every 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
I think right now people have sat on this Spurs loss for 7 days.
Yeah.
And it's not giving anyone a chance to relax or see any difference. Really, we could have done with a Carabao Cup game this week just to clear it out and get it out of the system a little bit and move on. Sadly, we've not. But apparently the players are like chomping at the bit to get out on that pitch on Sunday. And Brighton will be tough because, they've got a point out of 2 games. Probably a bit unlucky away at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. That's not going to sound normal anytime soon, the Hill Dickinson Stadium. That apparently Everton fans are really moaning about at the moment. Hey ho.
What do you mean?
They're not liking it, Alan. They think it's a bit they think it's a bit soulless at the minute. They're not happy with it.
Well, the stadium.
I think someone was even moaning about it was like just like what they call scaffolding and all that. It's not very. Yeah.
Well, when you've been a familiar place for so long, it's never going to feel.
It feels a bit soulless.
The soul's never going to be there when you first
walk main road.
It's it was the same for us when we left Main Road and went to the City of Manchester Stadium as it was then. It felt a bit soulless when we arrived. It takes time.
Yeah, of course.
Some people still say it about the Etihad now, Alan. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think most new stadiums. I think the only one that I've heard that I think it's probably still got a good atmosphere is Spurs, because I think the way it was built, it just keeps the sound in, and the Spurs fans have been happy since they've moved in from everything that I keep still hearing from Spurs fans. So
they're still on White Hart Lane, mate.
I'm glad I'm not on your coach, Cade. Karaoke on the way down to Brighton for me. So happy I'm not on your coach. Nick Jackson, are you on his coach? Jesus. Thinking karaoke all the way down to Brighton. It's one of the longest away days of the season. They're doing karaoke.
Gotta get yourself amused.
Sod that.
No, you wasn't. I know you wasn't Keely, mate. Don't worry.
Right.
I was just saying our games against Brighton, actually, we come out a lot more favourable. I mean, over the last decade, it's been pretty much City dominant. We've got 13 games out of Brighton's 2. So I think, historically, yes, they're a tricky team, and yes, they're a decent team, but I still think, I think we should be getting a result for the weekend.
See, everyone's dead worried, but everyone's going, oh no, we found one. Reece, how did I know you'd be the one that go for the Brighton win? Everyone else has gone for the City win, and you've gone for the Brighton one.
Maybe he's a Brighton fan, for all we know.
Are you a rag in disguise, Louise? Are you not happy? It's a joke. I need to see the starting 11. No, because everyone was buzzing with the starting 11 on Saturday, and then everyone had a meltdown after it.
I have heard, Martin, that Aït Nouri could feature. I don't know if he'll start, but I have heard that the injury isn't that bad.
I think it's stupid. I wouldn't take the gamble. Saying that, the problem is, I've heard Gabardio's got a, and I know someone's going to put paws on it. He's got strapping on his knee.
Well, he's a strapping young lad.
No, someone said he might have had a slight ligament down. Because the thing is, he has been out for a while. He's been out for about 7-8 weeks now, Gavardio.
Which is funny because wasn't it like a week before we did the open training? He was over in Croatia doing like bloody paintball or something, or
he was training with the
reserves. No, in that part of the world, they're more likely to use bloody live ammunition. So it just shows what a tough defender he is.
No, Tom's not coming back to YouTube. He's just doing Instagram. So yeah, we're going to start doing these live on TikTok as well. I just need to set up the camera next to us now. So we're going to be live on TikTok soon as well. And Fee's going to take over our TikTok account. So loads of things. And people asking about the podcast. Yeah, from the Spurs game, mate. Podcast is returning. It has a slight delay. It will be September, but it is returning. It is. And there's going to be a brand new host of it as well.
Who's on it?
You better ask your host. Look up.
Aussie.
Hey, Alan, have you seen this about Stan Sport?
No, what's happened?
They're going to do another price hike and they're putting more commercials in.
Kiss me ass. Take that.
Another price hike?
Thatcher's Britain.
Oh, don't start mine.
You can say whatever you want to me, Martin. I don't have Stan Sport, so joke's on you.
Okay, here we go. Listen, send me a link for this section. Should we send him a link? Does he want to come on?
Yeah, get him on.
Should we bring Misery Guts on?
Well, we've already got one, so let's have
let's bring him Misery Guts too.
Cheeky fucker, hey?
No, I'm telling you now, Elliot is either a miserable son or he's a Donnarumma lover. He's one of the two.
Mate, he's sending me pictures again.
Big up, Foggy, mate. You're a legend. I'm just saying it now. Foggy, speak to you soon, mate. Don't forget, by the way, guys, if you are a member, in about a week, we are going to give away a print of Bowley and Summerby. I will just get it for you now.
Excuse me. Yeah.
This will be to members only. You have to be a member. There it is. It will be UK only if it is abroad, because when we're sending things abroad, it's costing like 40, 50, 60 pound at the moment. When we sent something to Ireland, cost the person like 40 euros to receive it.
Alan, make it, or Martin, make it to international guests that you know will be visiting here in the next.
Yeah, or if you are you are coming to Manchester or the UK, let us know. We'll sort it out. If not, we will. If it is someone abroad, we'll sort you out something else we can do.
And you see Nick, aren't you,
Martin,
at the weekend?
Get to have a one-on-one with Alan.
A one? Oh, that sounds. Yeah, Alan.
Yes.
Well, it's not a one-on-one. It's just a one because you got to sit there for 2 hours listening to him
Alan,
talk about how miserable he is about everything.
Okay, I'll be back in 2 minutes. Got to ring me mum.
All right, mate. Go on, Alan. Where are you at with Brighton?
I think it's going to be a tough game. They're a decent outfit. You know, I know they're not the best of starts, but they're a good side, decent manager who play good football. So it won't be easy. No way. You know, I watched last couple of years there. We've done all right, but Brighton are a good outfit, mate. It's going to be. I think it's going to be a draw as well. I think they'll only pick a point up.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's no denying that Brighton are not a decent, club. They're definitely they're well coached. There's no denying that, and it's a well-run club. It is. It always seems that when they lose these players to Chelsea, especially over the last couple of years. I mean, what was it? Pedro they lost this summer. Labour looks like he's going to go eventually, and they always get pretty, big sums of money for these players. So they do really well. You know what I mean? There's no denying that because they always seem to find the next big player. So
I'd be honest with you,
I think it will be tough.
I'd love to have their scouting team. I really would.
Well, I think we've got VR now. I think that's where that's going to start coming in. We've always seen some of that with the likes of the young players we've brought in. So we'll definitely see it. But hopefully differences his labour. So, Pat, where are you at with the game, mate?
Same as always. And when we play Brighton, they never make it easy for us. There will be a challenge. They always are up for whenever they play against us. Yes, you can factor in maybe their form in the league so far, but then again, also 2 matches in, I don't think we can really. It's tough. It's tough to judge because there's still a lot of things that a lot of clubs have to sort out as well. But I think also too might be a good time of the season to play them away as well. Yes, they do have some players that can make our jobs very difficult, but also too, I do feel like. I get the sense that compared to when we played them last season, I think we certainly will right some wrongs there. I think we'll be a little bit more defensively sound, and I think we'll be. I just get this sense that I think we will perform a lot better than we did when we played them away and home last season. I think we'll certainly won't make the same mistakes as we did. I think we'll be a bit more ready for them as well. But also too, I do expect a challenge, so I'm confident. Going into this game.
Yeah, I mean, their last game, what was it, Everton, and they lost 2-0?
In the league, yeah. They did have a cup match yesterday. They won 6-0.
I know they did, yeah. But I'm just going on the Premier League for at the moment. I mean, I gotta admit, I didn't see that one coming, if I'm honest. I'm not saying David Moyes isn't a decent manager, and I think he can probably get a tune out of his players, but I really didn't see that result coming. So, and I think the game they kicked off was it Fulham, and that was a draw.
Yeah,
I know Fulham again. They're quite a decent team themselves, but again, I kind of felt that Brighton would just nick it really. So they've not exactly kicked on. So I'm kind of with you, Pat, that I feel that this is a game where I think we can definitely get something out of.
The other reason I think it's tough is this might be Brighton's opportunity to sort of kickstart their season.
Possibly.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Is this
Elliot, mate?
Is that Elliot?
It is.
How are we, man?
Good, mate. You right?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, I've just been listening to you guys, to your talking sense. So obviously that's Ozzy and Pat. Obviously, the other two talking absolute nonsense as always.
Yeah.
No, we can't control.
Don't you start? You've been sending me enough text messages this week, so like a lifetime.
Hey, Al, guess what I had tonight, Al?
I can only apologise for the script being the same as it always
I had a lovely Italian tonight, Al.
Did you? Well, you mentioned that name to me.
Oh, you're gonna go then, mate, weren't you? You're gonna go then.
Hey.
You were gonna go then, weren't you?
He's so bad. He's so nice to play. So shut up, your face.
Yeah, yeah, good conversation, man. Good conversations.
So, I mean, obviously you've come to the game late, mate. But is there anything you want to? I mean, you said you've been watching. So, is there anything that you want to kind of say about what we talked about so far?
I do actually get where I was coming from. Yeah, I do actually get where I was coming from a bit, to be honest. I think the problem what we've got at the minute is if we haven't got a settled back four, I think we can all see what the dangers might be of that, I would say. Do I think Rodri coming helps that? 100%. I don't think there's any question on that. Do you know what I mean? I think we can all see when Rodri's back in the team the difference he makes. I also think Bernardo Silva's massively underrated by this fan base. When he goes, I think a lot of people realise how good he has been for us. And I think Richard's said that, to be fair. I think Richard's mentioned that a few times, so I'm not really seeing anything unnormal with that as such. But no, I do have the worries about the the centre backs, probably, I'd say, at the minute. Just, I don't know. It's hard, isn't it? Because obviously Diaz just signed his new contract. But what I would say is, are we playing Diaz just because he's signed a new contract? Because if that's the case, I don't think that's the way to go around about it. I get why that possibly might happen, and I've heard a few people mention that. Is it because he's got a new contract that he's got to play through the sort of the bad times to get out and the good times? But the problem is with that is we all know from being in a title challenge for the past decade, it only really takes 2 games, and all of a sudden you are chasing. I think we did need a good start. I think we do need a good start this season. I think Wolves, obviously, there were good signs. I told Martin, this is not me, I'm told you, Martin, so, but I did say to Martin, I didn't fancy chances against Spurs. He'll admit I said that to him. And I just think it's that sort of game. 12:30 on a Saturday, Thomas Frank, you know what you're going to get with him. And it's Tottenham. So we've sort of been a bit double whammied now, haven't we, with the fact that it's now Thomas Frank and Spurs. But no, I'm expecting our game again on Sunday. To be honest, if Brighton have got anything about them, they do exactly the same as what Tottenham's just done, right?
Are you going?
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, I'm going. Yeah.
I'll have a pint of fruit cider, thanks.
Yeah. You can't be drinking, man. You're travelling.
You're driving, Martin, and you're both meeting Nick. So make sure you behave yourself.
Yeah.
Are you his dad?
Yes.
Is his agent? He's
a big boy, Alan.
Do you know Fabrizio? Al, do you know Fabrizio, Al?
I know his name. I don't know him.
All right. He's saying some good stuff about your mate Donna.
Kebab.
Fuck off. Yeah.
Right. And on that, Elliot, do you think Donnarumma happens? 2 days, really.
Do I want it to happen, or do I think it'll happen?
Do you think it's going to happen?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
When do you think we'll get anything on Ederson? It's got to be tomorrow. Surely it has to be.
Well, I think you mentioned a good thing earlier, Martin, to be honest, about the goalkeeping coach thing. I know you sort of scooped over it a little bit, but I worry about stuff. I worry about stuff like that, you know. I think the problem is it has a bit of a knock-on effect within the training ground. It might not even be the players; it might be the staff. Like you say, if Pep Sogin were a goalkeeping coach 2 days, 3 days before a big game, well, it is a big game. I mean, every game is big what we play, but you've got a 2 o'clock kickoff on a Sunday, and you're arguing with a goalkeeping coach about what's happening. It's not really ideal preparation. And that's the same for any player, by the way. I said the same thing. If that was any player and that was the situation, personally, I think it's time now. I think it's time for Ederson to go. Cheers for everything you've done. Do you know what I mean? Like, nobody can. When he first come in,
I ask everyone this. So this is a question that I keep posting to everyone, and this will be a gamble, by the way. This is a gamble. With the Turkish and the Saudi league shutting later, is there a scenario where City take the gamble, buy Donnarumma, and allow Ederson for the 2 weeks to sort something out?
No, I don't think that'll happen at all.
Do you think if they buy Donnarumma, do you think Trafford will go?
No, I think
not now.
I do.
It won't go this window, Alan.
No, I think it's more likely that it will be Ederson and Ortega that will leave. I don't see that. At the moment, I mean, I'm leaning towards the Donnarumma.
That's my worry. What Formidable's put in. You're putting trust in Galatasaray to do the deal. Then
we're in a position that we're though, lads. Let's be honest, right? Because what's happened is obviously Trafford's obviously happened. I'm not going to go into it. I spoke to Al privately and I said I thought Trafford absolutely shit himself, but that's whatever, that's fair enough. But what's happened now is you're now going into a game on Sunday again where, I mean, there's been a lot of talk about around Trafford, not even from City fans, I say football fans in general, pundits, journalists are all going to get on it because why would they not? That's what they do. But the other situation what we've got now is if Ederson doesn't leave, I think we all know Ederson probably wants to leave. So it's a bit like, yeah, you're backing, but you also in back of your head, you know he doesn't want to be here. Like, I think the thing with Bernardo is where I always stood with it. I said this, I think I said this to you last time I was on, actually, that the thing with Bernardo is because he had a release clause, I was all right with it because I sort of thought, well, if he's going to go, there needs to be an agreement sort of thing, where if someone comes in and they right, 50 million, right, thanks for everything you've done, legend, off you go kind of thing. Whereas I think with Ederson, it's almost like there's been that much talk in the last 2 summers, and I think the problem was last season didn't help. I look at a lot of his performances last season and I thought I'll be honest, I thought he was miles off it in the Club World Cup, giving the ball away. It was just so unlike Ederson. And I'm just thinking, if his head's not in it, you're in a bit of a, I think you're in a bit of a position.
Elliot, I've said it before, I don't think his head's been in it since the treble.
True. Yeah, true, Pat. True. I get that.
I think he's just got that mentality of like, I've done what I can for this club. Like, where do I go from here?
Yeah, I just worry. Like I say, it's nothing on James Trafford. I think the lad will be a very, very good goalkeeper. And hopefully he's a good goalkeeper. Hopefully he's a good goalkeeper for our football club. But I just worry. He's 22 years old. He's had a lot of criticism. If Brighton's got anything about him, they'll put a set piece in. One of the players will probably go straight through him. They'll put a little bit of pressure. They're gonna do it from what they can. So obviously, I say sort of ruffle his feathers, to be fair, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not a great position for me, but that's just my opinion.
Who do you think the starting goal on the weekend?
It's going to have to be Trafford, isn't it, Al? For me, obviously.
Yeah, it's going to have to be.
Obviously, Donnarumma's obviously not in by then.
Yeah, it's not just that. It's just it's the fucking circus in it at the moment. It needs to be sorted out.
I think, I think there's been a lot of unfair criticism on Trafford.
Oh, massively. Massively.
Yes, he made a mistake. There's no denying he made a mistake. Everyone could see it. And I think his head did go after that mistake as well. It was quite clear that. But, I mean, he did pull off a double save after that mistake. So,
brilliant saves.
Yeah, and they were outstanding saves. I think I still think he's got the guts and the foot, and he's definitely a player that I feel can be City's number 1 going forward. I think, you look at, if we're going to compare 2 players, I know they're completely different positions, but you look at someone like Kuznov who came in against Chelsea, he absolutely made a massive howler. But then after the subsequent games he played, he was outstanding. I think Trafford's got that in him. And from everything I hear about him, from behind the scenes, he's got the determination and he thinks, I mean, he's been wanting to be City's number 1, even when he left for Brentford. Not for Brentford, for
Bolton.
Bolton.
Bolton first.
And then, So he's wanted always to come back and prove that he can be City's number 1. He's got that much determination. So I think one mistake. Ederson's made mistakes. Do you know what I mean? So I think he can perfectly recover from this one mistake. The situation I don't like is what I said earlier. I don't like that City have not decided and are putting out different. Pep's coming out saying Ederson's my number 1. Blah blah blah. He didn't play the first game because he wasn't well, and then the second game it's he's my number 1, but he doesn't start, and then it's just
confusing.
It's Donnarumma in the background. I just thought if Ederson's going to go, then he should have gone weeks ago, and if Donnarumma is going to be your number 1, then he should have been in the sticks at the start of the season. I don't like this. He's dragging out to the point of where everyone looks confused and not knowing what the hell's going on. With the criticism around Donnarumma and he's not great at his feet, for me, it's just he's an outstanding goalkeeper. The main thing about a goalkeeper is that he keeps the ball out the back of the net. Now, for me, that's the most important thing. Yes, playing at the back with your feet, playing from the back is the way we've done things for so long, but we're never going to have that with any goalkeeper going forward, because no one is Edison. Trafford isn't Edison. All right, we have to accept that. Like a lot of players that have come and gone, David Silva's, Kevin De Bruyne's, you can't replace those players like for like. So it's the same with Donnarumma. I think Donnarumma comes in, if he was to come in and would play just a different way, we would adapt, because that's what we've always done. So if it's Donnarumma, fine. But I would rather
ask you something else.
Weeks ago.
Can I just ask you something else? You know, I come out of the game and obviously sat there, and my brother, I obviously speaks to my brother, and my brother said to me, he made a good point actually. He said, the thing is, when you look at the Trafford thing, is it the position? Obviously, we all know obviously the goalkeeper, we're not stupid, but is it the position which obviously is a problem? Because you've just always mentioned Kusanov there, but the thing with Kusanov is, any young sort of player who maybe come through the team, you can sort of take them out. Whereas it's very rare you ever see a manager sub a goalkeeper in the 35th minute or even at half time if obviously he's struggling. I'm just thinking, would Trafford, I know you made a good point earlier when you said obviously pulled like 2 good saves off once obviously the mistake were made. I get that, but is there a little bit of a worry where that was against Tottenham? You're probably going to go to Anfield, you're obviously going to go to the Swamp, you're going to go to Emirates. There's a lot. What I'm trying to say is, when it gets to the crunch time of it, fans, and most importantly, is Pep comfortable with that? And obviously, if he's not comfortable with it, would that rub off in the changing room as such? Whereas, like, you look at the Kusanov thing, like for me, I need Kusanov to be starting to play now. That's where I stand with it. But I get why he took him out, because obviously we was sort of going for top 4. He did it with Oscar. I think he did it with Oscar Bob this season when obviously we won the fourth in a row. He sort of dripped him in, then dropped him out, sort of thing. Done it with Foden before, where we sort of played him, took him out.
It's very difficult with a goalkeeper, because, like you said, when they're playing, if they make a mistake, it usually ends up in a goal. Let's be fair. Whereas if anyone else makes a mistake, it can be covered sometimes, and you can get away with it. Whereas if like when the mistake was made in the 46th minute when he did it, if he said I'm taking him off, it'd have killed the lad.
Yeah. Agree. That's what I'm saying now. That's what I'm saying now.
Yeah.
To answer your question, for me, it goes back to a point I made earlier and a point you made when you came back on. Is, for me, Diaz and Stones should have been covering him a lot better than they did. Rico made a sloppy back pass to him that, nearly made a mistake. So for me, it's about having a stable back 2 in front of you that are going to protect the goalkeeper, because he's a new goalkeeper. He's young. Yes, he's got some experience, but still, it's his home debut. Those 2 players especially should have known better, that they should have been like, we're not taking risks.
Totally agree.
We're going to play and protect our goalkeeper. They didn't do that really. And I think that comes down to a lot of what I said as well earlier, where it comes down to we're just not match fit properly yet as well. And I think with your comment earlier saying you need to have a stable back 4, and we haven't had that. We didn't have that last season, and we're only hopefully just seeing that this season.
Yeah,
with the likes of Diaz, Stones, and Aït-Nouri, hopefully going forward. I still think right back is still a bit of an issue, with not knowing 100% who's going to nail it down. Yeah, but if we can have at least Stones, Diaz as the main back 2, if that's what we're going for until Guardiola's fit, then that's what I want to see. I want to see sensible protecting our goalkeeper, whoever that's going to be. If it's Trafford, it's Trafford. And I still think he should start at the weekend against Brighton, because you shouldn't be dropping him. You should show confidence in the lad.
Correct.
The thing what you've got as well, Ross, to be fair, mate, is like, say you've got 2 fullbacks, you've got 2 centre backs, you've got 2 midfielders, or maybe 3 midfielders, you've got 2 wings, so you can always take players out and then change them. Whereas I think with a goalkeeper, it's right. It's literally that position. And like Al said, for me, it's a bit of a situation where I think we've got ourselves, because I think it's sort of split in the fan base where 50% people are happy with Trafford and they trust him, and the other 50% are maybe not on that case. Like, I don't know whether Martin noticed it. It was very nervy. Like, obviously, once the mistake was made, every time like the ball like sort of bounced. And to be fair, as I agree with you, like with Diaz and Stones, there was a problem because even just like little things, like I remember one, I can't remember it was someone for Spurs, just sort of like lumped the ball, let it bounce, and I think Trafford sort of like come running out for it. And he, to be fair, I did think it were actually a red card, if I'm honest.
You need him, didn't he?
Yeah, but it's like one of them, and I think. Well,
he got the ball, and I think most times, 9 times out of 10, the referee's going to go with the goalkeeper because he got the ball. If he'd have completely taken him out and not touched the ball at all, then I could see a red. But
yeah, but like I said, just as I was saying, I was like, I think the problem is he's very nervy, and I noticed that a lot on Saturday. Now, obviously, will it be? Sorry again, mate.
Did we see that against Wolves though? Because I didn't see.
No. That's what I mean. I think
that's
what
home.
Elliot, do you against Tottenham, the way they pressed us, the whole fucking defence was nervy.
I don't think anyone had a good game. I said this to you on the phone, and I don't think anyone had a good game.
I don't mean to think we get back to Brighton a little bit because I need to wrap in 5.
I need to go. Elliot, give us a call when you finish, because I've got to go. I've got to be going to a chat with someone now. All right?
All right, mate. No worries.
Give us a call. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Cheers, Al.
Martin. See you, mate.
Big up, mate. Legend. If Edison, are we all going with Trafford in the net if on Sunday then?
Yeah.
Elliot?
Gonna have to, innit?
I mean, I'll give you my team. This is my team for Sunday. Trafford, Nunez, Stones, Kushanoff. I was going to say Gabardio, but it seems like he's not going to be fit either. If it ain't Nora, I'll have to go. It'll have to be Ake. Or does he go Kushanoff? I don't know. We'll see. Does he go Nico Riley, a left back? I'd start with Rodra. I'd go with Reinders, Foden. I'd put Cherky on the right, Mamouche on the left, Ireland up top.
Free changes to you then.
And yes, that is true, by the way. They are looking at sitting down with Foden soon to do that contract. And before anyone says Foden they're not going to sell Foden, guys. Come on.
I've got 3 changes to you then, Martin, I think.
Go on.
And Nori at left back. I've got.
You gamble on him, man. You think just
well, if Guardiola's not fit, then
I don't think he's that unfit, Martin, as well. I think reports are quite.
Yeah, no, I get it. No, I get it. I'm just thinking with these impact ones can be a bit up and down, can't they? Sometimes they can be good, and other times.
Yeah, just depends how he's trained, but yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. I think
got Bernardo. Yeah, got Bernardo in the middle instead of Reinders. And then I've got.
You're dropping Reinders.
Yeah, and then I've got Oscar on the right wing. Mamouche on the left.
Oh, so you're dropping Cherky then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, Rodri and Foden in the middle.
How's that?
Is this the team I would want to see, or the team that I think Pep will play?
Well, what you think he'll play? No, Jesus, we do what we think. We'll be here till bloody midnight debating those ones.
Yeah, quite possibly. I think Pep will play. I think Trafford will stay in goal. I think it will be Ain't Nori. I think it'll be Diaz Stones. I'm kind of leaning towards Nunez, and then I think it'll be midfield. I think it will be Nico G, and then I think on the wings, I think it'll be Bob, because I think Bob, even though I think he was all right, I think he had a decent game, but I think he was brilliant. But I still think Pep really feels that this is his season. So I think Bob will be on the right. I think he may go back to Doku over Marmouche. I'm not saying Marmouche did anything wrong, but I've just got a feeling it might be. And then I think it'll be Foden, Reinders, and then Haaland up front.
Anyone for Savinho?
He's not fit, is he?
I don't think he's fit still.
World's longest injury, this man, isn't it?
Well, the trouble is we don't know what any of the injuries are, do we, at the moment? This is the problem to keep it. Do you know what? Can I ask you a question? You're going to kill me for this, I know you will. We're not asking a lot of Bob to go 3 games in a row.
No, because it's been weeks. Be like a week in between.
Why would you ask that, Martin? I think he's been one of our best players.
Yeah, I agree, Elder. Probably has been his best play, if I'm honest.
Mm-hmm.
Going off for 2 games.
I don't think you drop him because his form is really starting to come into it. I think you need to keep playing him.
Yeah, I got it.
I'll tell you what's scary. I'll tell you what is scary. I said this, I think we were on the stream, Martin, with LB the other day. Tell you what is scary. If Savinho was fit, I'd put Savinho left wing on Sunday.
Yes. And
that's pretty mental to say, considering it was out of the door 3 days ago. But I just think I probably agree with you, was there. The problem is at the minute, Oscar Bob's probably the first winger on the team sheet, and I don't know what that says. Obviously, the others are not hitting the heights of what we should be hitting. Obviously, I think Mamouche did all right-ish. I'd say I thought he struggled a little bit at the start of the game, but I thought he grew into it.
I'm not questioning Oscar Bob.
I think Mamouche is going to be outstanding. It's just, for me, it's one of those things where I just think I'm not entirely sure about him on the right, because he's not really a right winger. So, it's where you put him, really. But I still think he's incredible. I still think he'll have an incredible season. I agree with Rich, what he said earlier. I think he could be the standout player of the season. Him and Bob, I just feel have got that in them. It's Pep, and I think he wants to try and get Doku in, because I think he probably feels that he can cause problems for Brighton. Otherwise, I'd have Mamouche, in all honesty, on the right wing.
Yeah,
I think you're weakening it. I think we're going in a bit weak now.
With what, Doku?
So Cherky and Mamouche on the bench and playing Bob and Doku.
Did Cherky do enough?
For me, I think Cherky's, but I've always had Cherky on the right hand side.
Nah, he's better in the middle. I think Cherky's better in the middle.
I think. Oh God, sorry.
No, I'm just going to say, I think if he went putting on the right, I think it needs to probably be Foden coming in off the right. Obviously on his left foot, I think the thing with Cherky
to play a young lad out of the academy every single game.
You say that, but how many times
he didn't even do that?
No, but how many times has Pep come out and said about Oscar Bob last season? And it's he broke his leg, and it was a big part of it. And
why buy some of these others then?
Because we need competition. We need competition.
Accept being a rotational player.
We need competition though, Martin, because this is what we're saying about the goalkeeping situation at the minute. I really like Jim Trafford, but no one's going to be competing with him, because if Edison's going and Ortega's going, we've got no other option. So you need another goalkeeper to compete with. This is what we had last season and the season before that, when we had Ortega and Edison. We had 2 good goalkeepers. Like I said to you the other day on the stream with Steve and LB. You look back, you had Mahrez, you had Prime Bernardo, you had KDB, you had Prime David Silva.
I just think we're going a bit too A to Z on it. I'm all for giving the academy players a go and a chance, but every game.
So would you start? Or would you start on the right then? Cherky. Well, Cherky's young. Well, Cherky's younger than Foden. Oscar Bob.
No. I'm not disputing that. I think Cherky's. I do think Cherky's a better player. I'm not saying Oscar Bob's a bad player. I've got high stakes in Oscar Bob. He just was starting him all the games at the minute.
What's he done wrong to be dropped there, Martin?
I worry about the inexperience, does I? I think we're going to.
Where's he shown that in the last 2 games that he's played? Where's he shown that in the last 2 games?
No, I'm just talking in general. In general. I think that was one of Trafford's issue, the inexperienceness. I think he was nervous. I think Oscar Bob did okay against Tottenham. I don't think he was outstanding.
Nobody was, though, to be fair, mate.
No, and then I agree. I'm not.
Oscar Bob, though, Martin, it's a case of if not now, then when?
Yeah. I don't think he's droppable yet. I don't think he's put a foot wrong.
Agree.
I think he needs that consistency. It was supposed to be his breakout season last season. I think you've got to give him a chance.
I'll be honest with
you, running games. Yeah,
completely agree.
I think he's got plenty of time to get in.
It's in one breath for here. We're doing project players, and we shouldn't be doing project players. And then we're doing project players in other areas.
Well, no, we shouldn't be doing project players, but we've got no other wingers.
Make no mistake about it, Oscar Bobby's still a project player.
Right. But who's the other options on the wing?
No, and I know you love, but he is still.
No, Elliot, I'm not.
I don't do this because they're out the academy. I've got to put them in the team.
Right.
I think he'll be a great player.
Right. So you answer me this. Right. So you answer me this question, and I'm going to ask you: who's the other wingers? Go through the wingers. Savinho, how old is he?
Bernardo.
No, Bernardo's not playing right wing. We're not doing that.
Big up.
I don't want to see Bernardo on the wing. No way.
No. Because if he does, he'll get a lot of criticism.
So I don't know why you're going. No. You know what's happening.
No. It can't happen because he'll get criticism.
Elliot, can you not see? What's up, everybody?
Evening, Ed.
What's up, man? Everybody having a good night.
Formidable. That's right.
But
into the best. I want everyone to compete for it. The best workout.
I would have Elliot. You can't see Bernardo. Maybe benching Cherky, putting Bernardo in the middle, and putting Foden out wide.
I didn't have Cherky in my team, bro.
He's
I had Bernardo. No, I haven't dropped.
It's the Carabao Cup.
I haven't dropped Moosh. I kept my Moosh in. No, I've got my Moosh on the left, Oscar Bob on the right, Foden, Rodri, and Bernardo in the middle.
Do you know you can't drop Reinders, bro.
It's the Oscar Bob thing.
I think Bernardo's more important than Reinders at this minute in time, Red. No people won't like that, but anyway, Martin, back to his questions, right? So Savinho, how old is Savinho?
21.
What?
21.
Right. How old's Doku?
24.
But we've already said they are. We've said Savinho's a project player. We've accepted. Let's go back 4 days. Everyone was selling Savinho for Rodrigo.
We're not on about that. We're not on about that. What we're saying is you're saying project players. Right. But you're saying project players. They're all project players. This is why I'm going through them all with you. Who isn't then?
Rodri's not a project player.
No, wingers.
Oh, wingers. I don't think Mamouche is a project player.
But he's not really a winger, though, is he? He's an inside forward. He's an inside forward, Mamouche.
But that's the difference. My idea of a winger is an inside forward.
No, but Mamouche's best game for us, he weren't even playing on the wing.
I don't class wingers as wingers at City anymore. I haven't done for 2 years. They are inside forwards.
But out wingers, who are classed as actual wingers, Oscar Bob is young. Savinho's young. Doku's young.
Yeah, they're all
young. Right, so that's what I'm saying. So you're saying about Oscar Bob being project to me and all.
You're not rotating them. You're keeping the same going all the time.
But shouldn't you keep players that are on form? Mine, you shouldn't be rotating for.
See, I'm mad at that's my issue. We got too many projects in one area of the pitch.
I did tell you this other day on LV, but.
So you wanted Rodrigo in then, Martin? You were gunning for Rodrigo?
No.
He had the Rodrigo t-shirt ready.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Yeah. I'm quite. There's the difference. I'm patient enough to go with the project players. I'm fine with going with Oscar Bob. I don't think he should be playing game after game after game after the year with a broken leg.
He hasn't got a broken leg.
No, he's just come back off the broken leg.
That was a while ago, Ryan.
It's been a while now, Ryan.
Hang on a minute. It wasn't a while because he kept breaking down, was I?
Yeah, not his leg though, was it? It was other parts of his body.
Yeah, you had a setback on top of that.
I think we're doing academy loving here. I'm going to be honest. I love Oscar Bob. You're doing academy loving.
Well, Matt, you're asking Aussie to resurrect our, resurrect our EDS analysis.
Oh, well, he's bloody doing it. And by the way, I love Oscar Bob. I'm not saying.
I think he's got an agenda, Elliot.
I'm feeling this agenda on Oscar Bob.
Yeah, he definitely got. Martin agenda's coming out.
I'm not impressed with you, Martin. Me and you've got big words, man.
We'll have words in the space later, then.
Yeah. Now you can't. Sorry, mate. You can't drop Oscar Bob as his best winger. I think by probably a bit of a distance.
I would put Foden out.
That's worrying. Then
have Bernardo in the middle.
Elliot, that's worrying. Then
I said it's worrying. I get it 6 out of 10. I get it 6 out of 10 2 months ago, and you was arguing with me.
Hang on a minute. If Phil Foden's our best midfielder 4 or 5 years ago, would you have said that was not worrying?
Yes, this is what. Oh my God, you're literally saying everything what I said to you 2-3 months ago.
Right back. Is that not worrying?
I said this 2-3. I went 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. What do you mean 6 out of 10? And this is what I'm trying to say to you.
I'm not starting him every game, though. You two.
I'm starting him because he's only winger what we've got. Who's his best winger?
You just told me Brighton's a tough game. Tottenham was a tough game.
It is.
Are you starting him against Arsenal United?
Because he is our best winger.
On the bench and just never move.
Because he is our best winger.
You don't just rely on the first
Oscar Bob scores.
Yeah, Oscar Bob.
You can't just call him the best winger, though. He has to have a
goal season.
Oscar Bob goal and assist.
Before you say he's the best winger.
Oh, one at a time.
Why can't I call him best winger, Ed?
Because he hasn't done anything yet.
Right, but Doku's not done anything yet.
Yeah, I haven't said. I'm not claiming anybody's the best. I'm waiting for them to fight it out to see.
He is the best for me. That's my opinion. I think he's the best.
Well, I think your opinion's wrong.
Well, I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I think you're lying.
It's just his agenda.
What I'm saying is everybody has a right to
massive
opinion.
agenda.
I mean, you're wrong, but
start loving your EDS all of a sudden. You've ignored it for 2 years.
Oh, here we go.
Like you did with the women's team.
Exactly.
The reason I get it.
Last time you did, Steph Horton was playing.
Bonnie Shaw. Bonnie Shaw.
The reason I get it a 6 out of 10, Martin, is because of the reason what you've just said. You've literally answered what you was arguing with before 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago.
No, I don't think it's 6. See, you're doing 6 out of 10 to win the league.
Well, that is what we're aiming for, no?
I'm just challenging.
Right. But
what did you just say there, Martin?
I think we can win the league? Yes.
Have you not said winning the treble?
He did. He said that after the Wolves game. Was like,
I don't remember the treble. I said treble father doesn't come out till January.
Oh, whatever. Look at him backtracking.
Treble father doesn't roll out till January.
Listen to Oz, are you there?
Stop going to away games and then it might come true.
Listen to this, Oz, and listen to this pattern.
Lately is getting to that.
Listen to this. Results and performances are separate. Spurs will play well, but last 10 games, Etihad, they have won 2. That doesn't matter, mate. He's obviously going to be in our team to beat, as Thomas Frank's a great manager. Spurs team isn't great, but you're correct. Frank is decent. He's more than decent. We will agree to disagree on that respectfully.
Again, that does not.
I enjoy predictions to win 5-0 at Bernabeu. Come on.
I just have in the league. Oscar Bob goal and assist on the weekend. God, I hope it happens.
Yeah, I agree to as well.
Martin won't be cheering for it.
He'll be doing it, Alan.
You cheer for it from your city, mate. I'll cheer it from the away end. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Here we go.
Well, we all know what's going to happen.
Oh, the season ticket.
I'm sorry, mate, but I've got to work. I do a full job. Yeah.
This is my work, son. Anyway, listen, I actually do like Oscar Bob, and I hope he does very well. I do. I want to see Cherky on the right. I just want to see if he can do it. I want to give
Won't work.
You want to take a gamble then, Martin? Okay. You take that gamble.
You're talking like Oscar Bob's already made. Here we go. Right. That's where I am going to fight back. You're calling Turkey a gamble and Oscar Bob's the ready-made deal.
I'm just talking about your gamble. I'm not talking about Turkey being a gamble. Just your gamble.
Kid.
So's Turkey.
He's literally younger than Oscar Bob, you know.
He is.
So's Turkey.
Do you know that? Do you know that, Martin?
But Turkey's done more. If we're just being honest, Turkey's done more.
Come on, man.
Oh, yeah.
How many games has Turkey played for Leon?
Hold on. I'm not classing the French league as a real
Matt, you never want real feedback. What are you on about? What's Northern Cross on about?
He's a top lad. He knows his stuff.
Go and have a sleep, Northern Cross. Go and have a sleep, sunshine.
It might be morning for him.
Well, I guess you're a different sort of Northern Cross right now.
Yeah.
Because I said I don't want him to play every game because he's just come back from a year off broken leg.
I just don't believe in him, Martin. Obviously, don't have faith.
You got to think about it. No, you got to think about it. We're all saying Rodri can't come back too quick.
But it's an ACL.
Yeah,
broken bones are
Yeah, Martin. Honestly,
you need to go to bed, Martin. You need to go to bed, man.
2 different injuries.
You need to have a good sleep, Martin.
Welcome to the Mancunian way, EDS. We are here all the time.
Good.
Mancunian way, Martin.
You starting Rico
I'm
Lewis?
right, everyone's wrong.
You starting Rico Lewis at right back?
Is he asking me?
Well, we are now. Yeah, we are now.
Well, I'm just wondering if
I'm allowed my opinion, mate.
No, Martin.
No, hang on a minute, Elliot. Because the panel is saying something, mate. I'm allowed my opinion. We're not robots. If you don't like my opinion, don't watch. Simple as, mate. Nobody's forcing you.
I don't know, Martin. Are we still? Is the old school still slagging Rico Lewis off before I put in my team on that?
Stop that. I'll be honest. I don't think Rico Lewis is good. I don't think he'll make it at City, and I've said that. Doesn't mean I think he's a bad player.
You seriously, it's academy, man.
No, I don't. Someone wrote on Twitter last week, I love the academy. Now I'm saying I hate the academy.
Agendas.
No, our fan base works fast.
There's no opinions anymore. It's just everyone's got agendas now.
Yeah, but that's how quickly we work.
Hey, forget your agenda. Everyone's got that.
Who's on your left wing, Martin?
Who have they attacked?
Martin, who's on your left wing?
Northern Cross, go and have a sleep, mate. Go and have a sleep.
Who's on your left wing, Martin?
My left wing is Mamouche.
Who's only roaring? He's only new to team, and that's only been here half a season.
Yeah. Glory.
Why don't you start Doku instead? Who's been here 3 seasons?
I don't think Doku's got enough.
So it's only took you 3 years and 29 days to sell out.
Right. Cross, last one. You know you're going bye-bye, mate. End of. Joke's a joke, mate. No, I'm totally with you. I don't think Rico. It's sad because I do think there was a player in there. I think Rico needs to be playing in a winning momentum team. I think when Rico's in a team that is struggling a bit, I think he struggles a little bit. But the trouble is, where I do feel sorry for Rico is he can't help physicality. He can't help the size he is. He can't help the height he is. That's just genetics, man. Jesus, I'm not going to kill a guy over genetics. It is what it is. Right. Anyway, well, that's my team. It got torn to pieces. My team's crap. Everyone doesn't like it. Not a problem.
Do you want to reveal the predictions then, Martin?
Yes, should we do the predictions?
Yeah, I think this is a bit where I go.
No, you can give me your prediction as well.
3-1.
I've gone for a 3-1 win.
You just copied Ozzy, innit?
V's gone for 3-2. No, because I had mine in earlier. V's gone for 3-2. Pat's gone 2-1. Ozzy's gone 3-1. Rich and Alan. Rich has gone for a 1 each. Alan's gone for the Desmond, 2-2. So it's 3 points for correct score, 1 point for the correct result. What have you gone for? What are you saying, Elliot? What do you think?
I'll let Ed go first.
And as you can see, Aussie is currently top, and we're all languishing down on 1.
What can I say?
Wow.
Are we not talking about that tonight? Oh, sorry, what? Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Sorry, what? Okay, I'm in there playing match attacks. It's good, lad, in there. Carry on.
No, I was just saying for my score prediction, I'm going to go 2-1. 2-1.
Good lad. I promise you, DC, I'm going to change the changing room. Promise you when I get. Do you know why the changing room's like that? I've done it. I've homage to Mahrez. Got Mahrez and Cole Palmer there. So look, Gundogan, De Bruyne, Palmer, Mahrez. So Palmer's never left.
Good depth, that. Good
We
depth.
just don't recognise the squad anymore, Martin.
It's all full of EDS.
Good depth.
Darcy's gone for a 6-0. What do I think about Vanderson? I think he's a very good player and he would suit our system. But sadly, because of the foreign contingent we've got at the moment, there is no
That's
room.
why you're going to Monaco, Martin.
Yes, I'm going to go.
You'll be on Vanderson watch, yeah.
Actually,
Watch him be able to 3 months with an ACL.
Spoke to my son about going to Norway. Then we realised they were only going to give us like 400 or 500 tickets. So that was a no-no.
See, I'm trying to get away day
away. I'm going to try and do Huddersfield away because I'm in the cup scheme for that. I'm in the cup scheme for all of them, actually. So I'm going to try and do Brighton. I'm going to try and do Huddersfield.
We'll lose against Huddersfield then, innit?
Make sure you get down to that magic rock, man.
I am going to Bolton away in the EDS Cup. Also, I've got to try and get over to Rotherham.
Upper Johns.
I've got a friend in Rotherham. I'm hoping to get a couple of box tickets for. I'll speak to them privately. See if we can get a couple of nice box, maybe a Mancunian way box for Rotherham.
Bring Oscar Bob with you, Martin.
No, he don't play in that trophy anymore.
Oh, does he not? Is he in first team now, is he?
He's in the first team now, man.
Top player, you see.
He's a very good player.
That's the nicest thing you ever said about him, I think, innit, Oz?
Do you know who's a good player?
Something about those academy products, yeah.
Elliot.
Yo, Ed.
Do you see Donnarumma getting done on Monday?
I hope it gets done on Monday, yeah. I hope it gets done tomorrow, but...
Talk about this in the space, because I need to shoot. We will raid every team that beats us. Do you know who used to do that for me? I'm showing my age now. Ferguson used to do that. Arsenal beat United, he got Van Persie. Villa beat United, he took Dwight York. Newcastle beat United, he took Andy Cole. He used to do that to everyone.
My score's 4-4, by the way, lads.
Who did he take from Blackburn? Edinburgh, and who was the other one?
Did you just say 4-4?
4-4?
Yeah. Mario
I like that. 3-0. Look at even. By the way, big up on your.
Mario Kart in it, mine.
Yeah.
Mario Kart in it.
Well, you love a bit of Mario Kart.
Yeah, I don't mind. Don't worry with that, man.
I have just ordered a thingy though. What's it called? Nintendo Switch 2. Just ordered one of them.
What, 4 sets at game?
No, it's going to be entertaining, isn't it?
Is that standing queues outside when you can't get in?
Yeah.
That don't happen at South Stand, that kind of stuff.
No, apparently you slag off the players in the South Stand now.
Oh.
That's what I've heard.
All right, put your handbags away, ladies.
Really?
That's what I've heard on the grapevine. You slag players off in that stand now.
It's them old school fans, mate.
Right, anyway, big up to Rich, Alan, and for joining us earlier on. Elliot, Ed, thank you for joining us, gentlemen. I know you jumped in late, mate, but if you want to join us on a space, we'll do a space in about half an hour. Ozzy, thank you for coasting.
Always welcome, mate.
Job again, mate. Really do appreciate that, mate. Pat, thank you.
I appreciate it.
You want to see more of Pat? Blues Down Under, episode 13 is out with Governor, Pat, and Rich. Alan will be back next week. Stateside Blues, episode 3, great show last night. Go and give that a watch with Rajat, Vader, Ed, Tarek, etc. Danny and Sheik will be back next week, hopefully. Tonight's been a wonderful show. Sorry I was late. We might be back tomorrow. We'll see. Post-match, Brighton will let you know. I don't know if some of these are going to do that one. Graham Bailey may happen next week. He can't do Friday. I did ask. I got a response. He can't do Friday. So he wanted to do Sunday, but I'm at the game. So yeah. We'll try.
Can you do it live? Can you do it live from game, mate?
Oh, the post
match?
No, because I'll be in the car and your signal goes. I need to see who's available, so I need someone to host it if I can't. My signal goes. I can't host a game and drive. I can't host a show and drive.
Yeah, especially with your road rage.
Ooh, just
road rage.
Yeah.
Take you 6 hours to get there.
In one hand as well.
If anyone does want to join us on any shows, just email us and we'll have a chat in private, but we'll get that sorted. Don't forget as well, Mancunian Way goes south this morning on South Stand. Go and give South Stand a lot of love. Luke, Not in My Lifetime, a lot of love. All the descriptions are down below in the description part. I don't think there's anything else to talk about, gentlemen.
Nope.
Hey, Pat, did you enjoy Oasis, by the way?
Yeah, mate, unreal. Absolutely unreal. Yeah, sorry I didn't get to catch up with you. But,
no, it's all right, mate. To be fair, I went to Eaton Park. Yeah, I went to Eaton Park 3 times, to be fair, so.
Look at those back-ins. Main road.
Yeah, I can't decide if I'll do Melbourne or Sydney, so at the moment I'm considering doing both.
Yeah, do both, man. You'll not regret
it. Yeah.
What stand's that? Anyone can tell me?
South Stand.
No, it's not.
Is it not Etihad?
Family Stand. Look at the age. Look at the age of everyone.
Look at the dress sense of everyone. I should tell you where it's from.
Is that you, Martin?
No.
Salem.
I was a kid here.
That one.
That is the main stand.
Rich is in there. I saw a Blue Jays cap, or it could be Braves.
It's always helpful if we can snatch a full picture.
Not better.
Yeah, that would have helped, mate, to be fair, seeing actual stadium.
This one. That was the stand I used to sit in before I moved over.
Were you in the posh Navy seats, Martin?
Of course he was.
Yeah. You're the class divide seats, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That's where my dad had us. And I moved over.
Time for your sandwiches.
And then I moved over to the kid park. So, yeah. Anyway, big up, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Over 900 people currently on live. We have been live currently on YouTube and X this evening. So if you are on X, please, if you do enjoy it, give us a consider. Give it a subscribe. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. There's 600 of you watching over on X. 225 of you. Will I do any main road memory shows? Yes, we will. We will be doing. We're just letting the transfer window get out of the way, and then we'll move to then we'll start the main road memory shows. So that'll be Oh, no one on this panel except me then.
That needs
So-
updating, Martin.
What?
Good.
The picture in the background
Enjoy
needs
the
updating.
serenity.
I know, it's all the
Where's the new stand, man? Where's the new family stand?
He's gonna have to do another walk around.
Yeah. Come on, it's time to get yourself back out in the car.
We'll do it now
Come on.
because it'll be too cold soon.
Come on,
people
Mike.
were asking, by the way, people were asking about Oil Brothers. Oil Brothers will be back next week. Baz has been working this week, so that's why we couldn't get it going. But there won't be a show, so there'll be a show next week, so we'll have loads to talk about on Oil Brothers episode 3. So that'll be good. Anyway, big up everyone. Smash those likes on the way out. Thank you all for your amazing views tonight. You are all legends. We appreciate the time. Nearly 3 hours tonight, and it's flown by. There will be a space in 20 minutes. You are legends. Take care. If we don't see you tomorrow, have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you for the Brighton post match. If something breaks tomorrow, I'll be back. Tone will be doing an Instagram. Go give Tone a follow over on Insta as well. He's going to do a short 15-20 minute video as well. And we'll have updates on the podcast as well next week. So, yeah, loads of stuff coming at you. As always, take care. Up the Blues. Stay till we die. Take care.